Boyd Hilder. Cheers, brother.
What's up, mate?
Murray sitting in on this one. We got Boyd and Murray.
Cheers.
Unclicked, sponsored by Dales and Source as always.
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast finally, Boyd.
It's happening, right?
We are here. Yep.
Years.
In the making.
Has it happened? It almost happened one time, right? We like scheduled it out, and then it just like in the end it didn't work out.
We half scheduled it.
Yeah.
And I got a hire car, tried to make it down here. Had the hire car for like 5 minutes. Got rear-ended.
That's what it was.
And yeah, lost a bit of money. Got it back in travel insurance, but yeah.
And he got down there. He's like, "We doing the podcast still?" After all that, and I was like, "I forgot to hit Fudger up." And then I think I hit you up, and you were busy.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was one of those like we now we have the text thing. We do the group chat generally, and it's like, and we're good. But you put this together. We're doing it on the 19th. We're here. Thank you for coming. You guys just all got off a trip, right? Odyssey vans.
Technically, Zach and Nuno helped with this because they're very dialed over there at Odyssey. They knew we were hanging out doing this trip, and so shout out to Zach and Nuno over at Odyssey because they're the ones who really dialed this in.
Yeah, 100%. Can't trust Dennis.
Yeah, I didn't do this.
What was that trip though?
Just a Vans Odyssey trip. Just filming some bits, working on it. Video coming out. Little collab.
Collab. Like a shoe release thing and all that, I assume. I mean, what else?
Just a fun collab trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys aren't going to say anything.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to say anything. It's definitely can't say if it's anything or anything or anything. But it's definitely a sick trip with the sick crew in Vans Odyssey collabing on that.
Yeah, and video should come out like in September or something.
Okay. Yeah. So
there.
a while off, but who all was on the trip?
That was myself, Boyd, Dennis, and Johnny, and Gary, and Paris was part of it too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Calvin filming.
Calvin filming, Z shooting, Colin McKay TMing. It was sick. It was honestly super sick. We went to Palm Springs, which I've been to like a million times before, but like to actually just stay there. Like I've been for like one night maybe, and then you go home like a day or two. But just to stay there, and like we scoured every inch of that place.
Yeah, I rode some parks in the middle of the day, melted. Then afternoon in the streets, skim the city, did what we could, but yeah, it was fun.
Hit the library.
We actually didn't hit the famous spots.
Really?
The library and the quarter pipe spot. We
got kicked out though. We went there twice.
We went there. We stood on them.
The transition ones.
Yeah, there's the quarter pipe church and then the bank library, like the two most famous spots. But they're busty nowadays.
Crazy. Well, where do we start? You guys been hanging out for 4 or 5 days? Do we start at the beginning? Do we start at 2012? No, what was it? 2012, the video.
Started 2012 if you like.
I want to see that.
Yeah?
I've never seen that video.
Man.
All right. We were joking about watching this, but I didn't put the
Young Boyd.
This is
Young
me
Boyd.
finishing high school, local park. I don't know, just doing my thing, learning all the stunts.
So you're a well-rounded rider. I feel like now we get it. This is your local park that you grew up riding, or like?
Yeah, pretty much. I started racing when I was like 6, and then racing like all the way through, like pretty serious, going to like Australian titles, world titles, and stuff like that.
Didn't you go to France? Like all
Went
the way
to France. Really, I like in our state, like Queensland, like just grew up racing, never really went outside of there. And then one year the Australian titles came to my state. Mum's like, "Oh yeah, we'll take you. It's in Cairns. We can drive 10 hours or something drive, go up there." I don't even know how old I was, but managed to do all right, won the race. And then Mum's like, on the way there, Mum was like, "If you win to hype me up, I'll take you to the world titles." Never been to Australian titles before. Pulled it out of my ass, won. My mum's like, "Shit." Like, all right, we're going to go to...
So that's like out of every kid in your age, you won that whole class.
Yeah.
That's the biggest Australian race.
Yeah, it was the Australian titles.
Damn.
And like I was doing good at this, like the Queensland level, but just never really done.
Didn't
the ones
realize you were
outside
the
of
best in Australia.
that. I think I just got lucky. But,
I don't know.
But
Racing isn't like that. I don't think.
But yeah, like my stepdad worked in the mines and everything. That mine like sponsored me and like just scavenged money everywhere to like get money to go. And then went there and raced. Got like 20th, 19th or something. First French kids that were like twice the size of me and shit.
Yeah.
I was super small until I wasn't. But
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Flew all the way to France. How old?
don't even like 12.
Damn.
Maybe?
Damn, that's
Not
sick.
even sure, honestly.
That's crazy.
Kind
That's
of on a whim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's barely remember it. Like, it's crazy.
That is nuts.
And
And
when-
to already like be traveling like that at 12.
And yeah, like going back on a trip recently, we were there and we rode past the stadium, and like I remember it because it's like a big grass one, and it's like banks. I just remember being a kid, like climbing up side of it and just being like, whoa, looking down in the dome and seeing a BMX track, just remembering that kind of moment. And then I think it was the Fiend Federal trip we did. We just like rode past it and I seen the stadium, like, whoa, that just flashed back so many memories.
That's crazy.
that's wild.
Yeah, like full circle kind of thing.
So then racing obviously got your roots, and then was there a point where you were like dirt jumping and racing at the same time, or was there a day
Yeah.
where you're just like, I'm done racing?
High school, basically. You know, you just get into high school, you get a bit of attitude, having fun at the skate park, riding dirt jumps. And BMX tracks, man, they're just clubs. They have rules, and they want you to wear certain shit, and it just wasn't about it.
Yeah,
Just went to skate park.
that's sick. And then what age was that you were filming that?
So finished in high school.
2012?
Yeah, finished in high
How
school.
old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
Turning 30 at the end of this year.
Nice.
Freaking out.
A little bit.
Nah, you're doing good, bro.
Yeah, you're doing real good.
Um,
On that trip too, before we get too far away from that, like watching these dudes, just everything in front of them, you know, like they are all around riders. It's
Yeah.
so sick to see. Like there's a future, like we've said in the podcast a bunch recently, like the future is a lot of all around riders. It's sick to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Murray and Boyd, there's not a spot that they're not down with. Like every single one of them, they make it look fun. You're not forcing it at all.
Oh, you can't just sit down and watch. Like, you got to join in. Just
Yeah.
do what you can and have fun.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a clip, just have a crack.
Like
ride
you
it.
said before, fun riding. Like you're all about,
Yeah.
you don't land flat and beat the hell out of yourself. You just, every time you're on your bike, you're having fun.
Curve walls, curve ramps, curve rails, whatever. Anything that looks good and is fun to ride is like, gets me G'd up to do it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
very cool. Well, you mentioned mines. Your dad worked in the coal mines, or what kind of
Gold
mine?
mines.
Gold mines.
Yeah. So
That is
small town inland from like where I grew up in Bundaberg. There's a mine there. My whole uncles, my whole family work there on and off.
crazy. That is. I feel like
It's pretty common.
Is
in
it common
Australia,
out
yeah.
there? Okay.
Western Australia, there was a lot more, but
Yeah.
there was a few on our side on the East Coast.
And so you're Brisbane?
I'm Gold Coast.
What's the
Hour
difference from
south.
that? An hour south. Okay. So that's like, because I feel like Colin and Alex Heim, like so many people are from Brisbane. Is it
Yeah.
Gold Coast? Like, is that where Dovey's from too? Or like,
Dovey's from the sunny coast, so Brisbane's in between both of them.
okay.
We go sunny coast, Brisbane, Gold Coast.
Okay.
But yeah, basically after that 2012 video, finished.
Like, yeah, pull up. Let's pull
Yeah,
up.
'cause
No, we don't need to watch it. But finished school and
No.
then we moved to the Gold Coast.
Oh, so you were in
And-
Brisbane during that time though?
Yeah, because my
Ah.
stepdad was always just going to Brisbane to get a flight to go to Perth to go to like a mine
Oh shit.
in Western Australia because
So
he got a bigger
he was
job.
going on the other side of the country to do that.
After that mine, he got a like bigger job over there.
Mm.
So like, oh, my mum's like, oh, we're gonna move closer to the airport, and I was like, sweet, like just finished school, like don't really know what I'm gonna do, just thinking we're gonna move to Brisbane or something. She goes, oh no, we're gonna move to the GC compound, like to Coomera on the Gold Coast, right next to GC compound.
Oh,
The
that
cut
place was
corners there, but
crazy.
Yeah, literally just shoved me straight in there, straight after school.
Damn.
Ended up like working at the bike shop in there and just basically living there.
Is
Is
that-
that where Carl Baldock used to ride a lot?
Bulldog, Logan, Chance,
I
Josh
remember those
Matthews,
videos.
like
Ah.
shoved me into like BMX University.
Yeah, that place
Like-
was like a full-on training ground. Probably like the first one in Australia too, huh? Like
Yeah, for
Resi's,
sure. There
foam
was a
pits.
bunch
Like,
around.
So
was there?
this is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this place was famous. I did not know that's like you were full-on.
Yeah. See that like white box up there? That was a bike shop. So I worked in there with Josh, and we just literally close the door, and if you see someone walk up to the door, just like, just ride the park, and if you see someone walk up there, just scoot back up there, ditch the bike, walk in, and just serve them. So like, I was working, but I was just riding.
Yeah.
Because
That's so
during the
sick.
week it was pretty quiet, so
Crazy.
I don't know. Pretty blessed to be able to do that.
The GC compound. Yeah, that place was famous just for being like so basic, but
Yeah.
having so much
It
shit
had
to
so
get
many
good on.
layouts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then learning from guys like Bulldog
Yeah.
and Logan, like they're just
Insane.
going nuts, and you're like, oh,
You're watching all
I want
that
to do a
happen.
double whip. Like, just do it. Like, just go.
Yeah, no
You know what I mean?
questions. They're
They'll give you
going
like 2 pointers
insane.
and just say, hurry up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one way to learn for sure.
So then you got there and you get into this compound. So you're full on park. like racing to park? Where does all this well-roundedness come from?
Well, racing, I like dirt jumps, and then like riding here. Like before that, I always just had pegs on. Like the pegs were just always there, and I don't know, probably just from watching your videos, basically. Like,
hell yeah!
Grew up just a fan of everything and liked.
That's sick. Seems like a good combination.
And honestly, like, was never going to keep up with these guys, so I had to mix it up and put my own flavor on it and ride how I
You kind of felt that right away. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, mate, come on.
Gonna get
Watching early Bulldog and Logan and stuff.
That'd almost be like demotivating. Like those were like the two best dudes at the time, you know, and you're just like, am I really gonna catch these guys?
I mean, I could see that, but also you're what, 10 years younger than me?
You're not like
you're
not looking at him.
Yeah.
You're not looking at
Not
him
that
thinking
much
like,
younger.
I'm gonna be.
Then Kyle?
Kyle's not 40.
No, Logan's only like 3 years older than me.
Oh, he
maybe.
is.
Yeah.
But like
You're just riding because
you're just riding because you love
Yeah.
it. You're not like, oh, I need to do this.
Yeah,
to
Kyle's
make money.
Kyle's
Like,
6 years older. So yeah, but I mean, not that much. You guys
No.
are definitely in the same bracket, I guess. Yeah, you're seeing those dudes. All right, fair enough.
I'm definitely
demotivating. Let's go with demotivating.
Demotivating. Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
Or
if I can beat these
motivating.
guys at ramp. Yeah.
What was your first trip to the States? What was it
It would have
for?
been like 2013, 2014, but I actually went to Germany and crashed at one of the BMX Worlds contests and broke my collarbone. Anyway, flew home. I had a bit of leftover money because I didn't do the rest of the trip. I was like, oh shit, like whatever. Went home. And then Jason's like, oi, come to America. You can stay at Gutler's house for 2 weeks on the floor with me. I'm like, yeah, all right, but I got a broken collarbone. He's like, yeah, just come when it's ready. So basically, I wasn't even healed, and then just used a bit of that money and flew over and slept on the floor at Gutler's.
That's funny.
In like Orange County or something. Like
No, Greenville.
Costa Mesa.
Oh, in Costa Mesa.
I was thinking it would be that time.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
like that's like how Alex came over, staying at Gutler's.
Yeah,
Damn.
put the Aussies on for sure.
Yeah. No, shout out to Gutler for that. I always remember like Watts, Alex, you staying there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Australians.
they
Yeah.
stick together.
Yeah.
Heavy. Seriously,
That's the way.
Literally, this trip, like 3 Australians on it as well. Yeah.
they're a bit of shit talking.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, I feel like the park thing is always, I feel like you have Australian. What's the dude? Fuck, blanking on his. I'm horrible at this.
Chris
right now.
Courtney.
Chris Courtney. No, not Chris Courtney. The dude. The dude that did
to be
the
on
giant.
the radio.
That did the biggest rail
Random
ever.
shredder. Oh, Callan.
Callan Stibbards.
Yeah.
He was like, you think of him as a street rider, but I heard he was like park dude, 3 double down whip, that style. Like he was super like
Yeah. Well,
just
he
got
was,
his base in that and then switched over to
Really?
street. Yeah.
I would never expect that.
Yeah.
Same.
I didn't know him back then.
Yeah.
But because he's on the other side, he's from West Australia. But yeah, they said the same thing. And you watch him do a tail whip, you know.
Yeah, even
There's,
at Battle of
there's a
Hastings.
certain type of
That's
tail
true,
whip you
yeah.
can see if they learned it fly out or hop. Like, you know.
True, and at Battle of Hastings, how he rode that course, it was like,
Can hit a
this
quarter
dude
pipe.
is so goddamn good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like that park, that it's almost like the race base, like the, racing to riding park, and there's like park to riding street. You have all this stuff available. You get so much like
Skills.
core skills that translate into street riding that it makes
You'll
you
notice
like,
they're a bit more comfortable to go faster too.
yeah,
You're not scared to jump this or jump that, like rather than just putt at something.
You had Kyle and you had Logan like locally to you. You mentioned Dennis. What were other like big influences growing up?
On the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was just I was a geek as a kid. I watched every video, just loved everything to do with it. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about anything else. Still kind of don't. Like, you know what I mean?
Internet days,
Yeah.
web videos.
Videos are just dropping constantly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So then what got you to America the next time? Were you on volume? How did the volume thing happen? Because I felt like that's kind of when you started traveling a little bit and filming more over here in the States and people started recognizing your name. Or was it the U.S. Open contest and all the Vans Park things? 'Cause
Yeah,
you're doing all that
it
at the
was
same
kinda
time, it seemed like.
All together, like I was riding for Mankind,
Oh, yeah.
and then it led into coming over here with Jason, getting a little bit of money where I can to get flights, and then being over here, I guess that just put me in the eyes of being volume and demolition, doing trips through that, filming, whatnot, pro cups, traveling as much as I don't really know.
Did things line up on that for you stayed at Gutler's house for 2 weeks? Like obviously he's crushing it at that point.
Yeah.
Like in Costa Mesa, like almost peak Gutler at that point, right? Like 2000. What year is this? 2008.
2013, I'm
2013?
guessing. 2013,
Yeah, my
2014.
brain is mush right now.
Yeah, you guys are hitting me with dates and timelines. I can't remember shit.
I feel like, I mean, just being there and seeing that, like, that world of his had to be a little wild.
I remember, basically, just like once I started coming to America, every year from then on out just came same time, but a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and I got up to like doing the 3 months, which is a max visa.
Mm.
But yeah, back to the Gutler thing. Like I remember being in like a monster RV, just me and Alex cruising in the back, like just getting out of this thing and riding skate parks with like Gutler. Could have been monster, could have been vans, I'm not sure, but
yeah,
we were rolling.
Some huge RV, you just
we were rolling an RV to skate parks. Like
Yeah.
that's mental for like a little Aussie kid. Like,
And did he like
Yeah.
would he, I mean, obviously he was putting you up at his house, but would he like feed you and just like take care of you? Or is it like,
not really. I was kind of
Yeah.
like under Jason's wing.
Okay.
Or above Jason's wing.
Was Jason feeding you?
Hey,
Jason
just
take
lollies
care
and
of
beers. Like, I was obviously underage, but in the house, it's so good.
And then you started going to like the Vans contest too, like around that same time. Started traveling with everyone.
Pro Cup?
Yeah, the
were
Pro
you,
Cups.
yeah, were you going home and working? Like
Yeah,
doing what? Just
worked the whole time, basically.
like trade stuff or at the
It
mines? Or
Nah,
where? Yeah.
Well, Mum was like, "Don't go to the mines," you know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Chase your dreams,"
Yeah.
like for sure.
That's cool.
But
because you'd almost think it would be like kind of, what are you
In the
fucking,
family.
Yeah, what are you
Yeah.
fucking doing? Follow the
you can get a job,
course.
You can get a job.
Yeah.
But no, I was just doing like trade stuff, like working for a tiler, cabinet maker, but just had my heart set on traveling and riding when I could. So I'd go away and come back and just have no job. So just start again.
Mm.
Didn't you did the warehouse job for a while though? Like I feel like once we became friends, I always admired it because he did the route, whereas like he had this job that let him travel, kind of like Max Miller, and would do BMX, but he always had that like you didn't have to stress it because you had the good job when you came home. That was like chill with you leaving.
Yeah, eventually I found a home where I had like a home base, and it was just like working in his warehouse, just picking and packing, loading the truck. And because there was so many staff, I just like slid out and slid back in like under the radar, and that was so good to me. That's why like I was there for like 6 years, and I like almost didn't want to leave because it was like my little like safety blanket, you know.
Yeah.
Like this whole time he's like, you know, Boyd Hilder, everyone knows him in BMX at this point. He's getting all these sponsors and stuff, doing all the contests, but he would always just go back and work this warehouse job.
I don't know. I'm like, there's almost something about that, like in the sense of not, if you don't have to do it, don't do it, obviously. But like, it's like almost like a summer break thing. Like school makes you get up in the morning and stuff. By the end of summer break, you're still like, you become like lazy and you come like, you're not like regimented. So I feel like the job almost like centers you in a certain way. It makes you like fucking
definitely
get after
needed
shit.
the job.
Yeah.
Like flights from Australia are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So to be supported by the companies to like, you know, they can't pay me as much as they'd want to because they need to pay for so many flights, you know. And I was getting around. So like definitely thankful for them, like everyone over the time to put me on and let me do that. But yeah, the job was just like helpful. And back to it, like I never knew if I should post about it or not. Like I always just felt weird, you know. Like I don't like seeing people on the story like, yeah man, back at work so I can go on a trip. You know, like, bragging about it, making it like, I don't know, I just kept it to myself.
It's pretty smart though, because a lot of people that are like as good as you doing all this like pro BMX stuff, they get salty, you know, without having that job, and they just like it kind of screws them over because they get so like irritated that they're not fully there yet and working the job. Where Boyd, you know, he slowly made it to where eventually got to quit the job, right?
Yeah, it's like almost been a year now, I guess.
Congrats.
Like obviously getting on Monster and Boost, like that was a big bump, but I still just like didn't let go of the job for a while. I think it was like almost a year that I like kept the job. I was like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Like
it's just
like
part of you.
Comfort blanket, you know.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense in a lot of ways. Like if I feel like it is just, it's that base, and almost like you don't want to believe it, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
try and be smart, I guess.
Yeah.
Smart as I can be.
What was the big break? Was it the alternate in Japan?
Yeah, X-Games Japan was the one. Like, always wanted to get invited. Wasn't sure if it was going to be for park. Wasn't sure if it was going to be for street. Like, just wanted to get my toes in the door. And then, I got an alternate to X-Games Japan in 2023, I think it was. And then yeah, I was like, oh, I got to go, like, make it happen, get over there, even if I'm an alternate. And then, yeah, got some money together through Federal and Odyssey and stuff to get me there. And then, yeah, just pulled it out of my ass.
That's a badass move. That's pretty far. That's pretty far to go just as an alternate, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's sick that you went. And obviously it worked out.
I was talking to Louis about it, and Louis was like, oh, man, like, my hand's sore. I'm not sure if I'm going to go.
Okay.
I'm like, I got one in. I just needed one more person.
You were the second alternate, too.
Hey, yeah, I think it was something like that.
Second alternate to Golden Street, which, like, not many people ever beat Garrett. Like, it's so sick.
Yeah, honestly, probably the best day of my life. Like, I
really?
was fully tripping. Like,
yeah. And I mean, what a chapter change, too, because you said Monster was right after that.
Yeah. Like, it, obviously, everything had been good up to that point, and, like, I was stoked, but, like, that was just that notch above, you know? And then it just helped, like, all these other sponsors to come in. It just verified me as, like, a bigger pro.
For sure.
And a X-Games medal, mate. Come on. That's
sick.
Yeah.
That is sick. Childhood dreams.
X-Games is a sponsor. We're giving away 2 tickets to the Salt Lake City X-Games on June 27th through the 29th. Just leave a comment. Anything about X-Games, you should just, if you plan on going, come get some free tickets from us. 2 tickets every month, or every episode this month. And I figured maybe roll straight from an X-Games about... So it says second X-Game appearance. You were at a different...
Oh, yes.
You did a best trick or something?
Yeah. I was alternate for Park, like, 2 years before. I was kind of spewing they put that up.
Oh.
But because I was alternate for Park, and then
so
I was
they said it was an appearance or something.
Yeah,
but you wrote best trick, though. That's probably where they're getting that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I was alternate, and then nothing happened, and then, yeah, they were just like, you want to write best trick? And I was like, well, I guess. Didn't really, like,
okay.
the course, I'm like, dude, Pat's doing war-eyed double whips, like, all this.
Oh,
like,
it was that one.
Yeah, was it war-eyed double whip? Or,
Yeah.
And I was like, man.
And not just that, but it was like a 10-foot quarter to wall.
Yeah,
right,
it was massive.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing foot jams.
You were trying to bar Canadian 3-foot jam on a sub. It was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely
Look at
wasn't.
you know.
I know. I'm a nerd. I was watching right there. Like,
so, obviously, the wall ride whip, but filmed fantastic. A great angle.
Yeah.
Did you see that? And let's cut to the background.
Yo, what an angle. Everyone's like, what the fuck did you do? Why'd he get such a high score?
Yeah. That thing was interesting because they obviously you have these 2 quarter pipes up on the roof, and then there was like the wall ride was lined up, but they never thought that was...
They had no idea, and it was not structurally sound.
Yeah.
Like, showed up at first practice and just went straight through the wall, like, just popped up there and went, just broke the ply.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, guys, like, Arcs Park Builders, I had one of my homies there backing me up, and he was just like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll chase it up. And then, yeah, I think it was, like, the next practice, it happened again.
Oh.
And then I was like, all right, whatever. Like, try again. Like, make it stronger again. Anyway,
Run 2 to Garrett, not even do his second run yet because he doesn't even have a score on there. So
I think just the way it placed out, these are just the top 3 runs, so it was like they have them in not in actual
Sorry,
order.
I totally interrupted whatever you guys are saying, but I see like Garrett's not even in the top 6 yet, and it's run.
Yeah,
so he hasn't gotten a second run.
He
yet.
hasn't second or first run.
So did Garrett pull his second run? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I just know I did a first run, and because I was first rider, I like did a pretty good run, and then I stayed on top until my next run, and I was like, oh, there's no way. Like, everyone's going to
stayed on top the whole time.
And then, yeah, I did it, like, up my second run.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, it's perfect.
That's sick.
So basically, yeah, I just stayed on top the whole time, which is insane. But, yeah, back to breaking the wall. 2 practices in a row, broke the wall. And then it was basically, like, nearly cancelled because it was raining the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So BMX Street got pushed a little bit to the side and ran on the Sunday, but they weren't sure if it was going to happen. Like, basically, it was going to be Friday or Saturday morning. Got pushed, and I was like, mate, like, I know I can wall ride this thing. Like, this is a key feature for me. I'm like, just let me at it. Like, alternate, just like so hungry for it, just wanted it. Like, let me out there. And then, yeah, it ran Sunday, and the wall was good to go. And then, yeah, that happened. So I was.
Who else got out? So you got in the X Games because you're second alternate.
I think it was Louis and Chad, maybe. Not sure.
Chad just didn't. Oh yeah, I think Chad was hurt for that one. Couldn't go. Yep.
It was something like that.
Damn, dude, good job. You
Crazy.
did that shit.
Buzzing on that.
So
Yeah.
with the monster thing, they had been talking to you a little bit before that, right? Or no?
Yeah, they were kind of like tiptoeing around it.
Yeah.
But I think they were trying to decide if I was right or not, or
What is that conversation like? Do they talk to you? They're like, "Hey, would you be willing?" Or like, or do they they say anything to you?
not really. I was kind of like was in the sauna at Simple Session one time, like a year before maybe,
Yeah.
and then the Monster Europe guy was there. He's like, "What do you think about riding for Monster?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Hurry up!" Like,
Yeah.
come on, silly
Right
question.
now, let's go.
And then that was nearly it. And the poor bloke, like, I would have been calling him every month, like, "Hey, come on."
Yeah.
And then it took to win X Games to get on there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But thankful.
Yeah, because obviously, like I know, like Sean, who I work with when I do stuff with Monster, he always like talks to me about dudes at points, and he's like he talked about a couple. He put you in with a couple other people, and I'm like, yeah, like not that I have anything to do with it, but like vouching for multiple people.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then he's like, yeah, they won't fucking do this one, like we could maybe
the higher ups won't let
maybe
him
Albert will
pick-
leave it out, but it's like Dovey. Like
Yeah.
he's like they won't fucking put Dovey on.
Yeah.
And it's like he's fighting for it, but it just like doesn't happen. And it's like and I know he's like vouching for guys like for like you and Dovey and stuff like that, but it's
guess it's hard because like we're from Oz,
Yeah.
but it's also like we'll get to now, but we're on the outside. You don't get into the X Games and you don't get the bigger events that they love. Like it's so hard to get your toes in the door.
yeah.
That X
Got-
Games medal just
got-
like he's
got
like, there you
toes
go.
in the door, and it was like, oh, he's perfect candidate.
Yep.
So, but you don't get a chance until you get a chance.
Yeah.
There's so many people
Yeah.
that deserve that. Like, that's why I'm just grateful to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Didn't
Get
you
to
win
go.
Simple Session before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had won it. Yeah.
And
Not
I feel like
such like 3 times now, right?
Yeah.
4.
4.
Oh.
Has Drew?
That's wild.
So you've won it the most? Because Drew won 3 or 4, or did he?
Drew's, I think he won like way more than that.
I don't know.
I won.
He
I won
might have
2
won
in
4
a
or
row.
5.
I won 2 in a row, and they were like, the only other person that's won 3 in a row is Drew. And they
Okay,
were,
so he's won
trying
3
to-
for sure.
They were trying to be like,
This
put it
one.
on with me, like, yeah, you got to win the third. You got to win the third, and then they really like built it up.
is this the first time you won? No, this has to be.
Could be. And it's Park too. He wins X Games Street and then wins.
Yeah.
I can't
Park.
even remember.
So sick.
Yeah, this is the first one. This is 2019.
Yeah.
So this was a park one, and then the second 2 times I won it were the little
Okay.
arena.
That's
Yeah.
a sick course.
Dude,
That's
That's
good
what gets me over there. Those
That's a
courses,
good
man.
course.
That is right up my alley. That trick's retired.
How
But,
come?
The camel flip whip.
Yeah, they just always lose.
A little loose at the end.
Yeah.
You always get them around though.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, the tuck.
Tuckner.
The rare Boyd tuck.
Just shove it in when you can. But
So you won 4 simple sessions, dude. That's
Yeah.
huge. If it's not the most winning simple sessions, dude, it's like tied with Drew, or Drew might have
Yeah.
won 5.
Oh.
no good, brother.
That is a sick setup. The roller to the Euro. That is crazy.
Blue Dog.
Blue
But,
Dog. Shout out to Lou.
Yeah, to come back to
And
like
Alex.
this year's simple session, I went there. I was like, oh mate, it's a big arena, it's a big park again.
Yeah.
I'm like, always love the course. I'm gonna go, but I didn't have that like winning mentality going into that. I was like, all the
was a
big
little-
park guys are
yeah.
there. I was like, dude, these guys are gonna go nuts. Like,
Mhm.
and as they did, like double flares on the buzzer, I was like, that was a win and run. Like,
Yeah.
just straight out of my head, but judges loved my ride and they gave it to me. So thanks, guys.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
All around course, all around riding gets judged good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun doing it, but yeah, I don't
Of course.
know. I'll take it, I guess.
You have fun every time you ride.
But I mean, it came down to that Flip Smith too. So that thing was
Come down to this much.
Yeah.
So back to Murray's question though, like he already won simple session, and then but it's still like that wasn't enough for Monster. They're like,
Yeah.
you got to show us that gold medal, or
Yeah.
I guess it was.
They put a lot of weight on X Games. They put a whole bunch of weight.
That's how
on
Rockstar
X Games.
used to be when they
Yeah.
were always putting people on. It was like that's like Dugan got on right when he got.
Yeah.
Like like obviously Heath wanted Dugan and Sexton and Ricani,
Mhm.
but right when they got the X Games invite, it was like, all right, you can get on now.
Yeah. And I heard like
sometimes that is.
Michael got signed up like
Michael.
during practice.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know,
that
like,
happened a lot.
Like stuff like that, where you're like, all right, here's the
That would
contract.
have been sick.
That's wild.
It's just like Boyd,
That
though.
would've
It's like
been real
That's the
sick.
way it was back in the day. Like I think the Nyquist podcast that we did, it was like he would be, you know, his agent would be at him with X Games, and he'd be
I
like,
remember that,
and he was
actually.
talking like, oh yeah, just fuck it, yeah, sign the deal, whatever. Like you do it. If you put the sticker on me, I don't even want to look.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I remember
it
them.
just-
They were slapping Rockstar stickers on my helmet, like, you know, in between finals and prelims at a Dew Tour.
That's how it happened for you too.
Yeah, I was just so young. I was like,
on
I
the
don't
deck.
care. It was Heath Pinner, so I was like, sure, put the sticker on my helmet. Like, sounds cool. You know, like
yeah, it's
thinking
so
about it
crazy.
now, it's like that's crazy. You didn't sign anything or nothing. You're just like, it's gonna be cool. Like,
But like growing up, it's such a staple, you know, for
Yeah.
a kid. Just like every kid runs like a Rockstar or a Rebel Monster stickers
Yeah.
on their helmet whenever they can find one. It's just like,
this was before
oh,
like Rockstar was
shit,
even a
so
thing,
sick.
Oh, you were early.
though. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that company? All right. but Heath was running it and putting stickers on like Luke Parzo's helmet, all these cool guys. So I was like, it was the same shit as being a kid. You're like, I want to be like those guys too.
Yeah.
Back to like the Gutler thing too. Like I remember me and Alex went to Monster like headquarters.
Yeah.
And went into like the merch room just like with Gutler like on a road trip or something. Me and him and they're like, damn, this would be so sick.
That's cool.
And then like full circle again, like coming back and then going in there like a year ago and just being like, I'm in here.
Mhm.
This is nuts.
Oh,
like
the
now I
same
can
place.
actually take one of those and it's all good. Like
Sick.
dream shit, you know?
Yeah.
Was it like
Yeah.
right after X Games you got home and it started talking again to the Monster dudes?
Oh yeah, it was on from then. Same
Yeah.
same with Boost Mobile as well. Like it was a package come together.
Damn.
So I showed up at the next one, new helmet, ready to go.
The Boost Oz thing seems pretty sick. Like
Yeah,
you just
the
had
legends.
a crazy surf event and they got R. Willie and Lou and any other riders?
Caroline
Caroline
Dovey,
Buchanan,
right?
Dovey,
Dovey,
Lupos, and then
Lupos, damn.
Alira, another little Aussie girl that she's on the way up.
That's-
So yeah, they're looking after us.
A sick,
cool.
sick
And they-
team over there.
They're just into action sports, so like surf, skate. There's moto guys,
And it's
there's
just a
BMX.
cell phone provider?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sheesh.
They used to be big here in the States. I don't know if it
Probably.
Yeah, I
exists
think it
out-
went hot and cooled off, but in Oz,
Yeah.
it's running strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calvin was saying he still knows a store in Long Beach, I think,
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they're about.
Dales,
Yeah.
anyone?
Yep.
I may have to drink a warm one here.
Yeah, man, congrats. So that's fucking
I don't want to rob you guys of the cold ones.
the BMX train.
Yeah.
What is that?
Far out. No, we're at a Vans Pro Cup in Mexico. Just like off the side of a highway, like nothing around. And we're just staying in this hotel, just one hotel, skate park, and a Denny's, eating there. Me and Dennis like hanging out all weekend, drinking beers, wrestling in the hallway. And I'm like, man, this is so fun, but like I'm running out of money. Like I don't think I can keep doing this next year. All that. And Dennis like, nah, mate. You like keep it going. You're on the BMX train. Once you're on, you can't fall off. You got to stay on. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's do it.
Because I talked to him about it before. I was like, it's fucking hard to get like recognized and get like sponsored and like get on these contest invites and stuff. But like once you do it, it's a lot easier to stay on it than to get on.
You can't go
And he
hot
was
and
like
cold.
trying to get off the train. I was
Yeah.
like, you're fucking on, dude. Don't jump off. Like it's gonna be way harder.
It was good advice, but it could have been bad advice. But
It's a little bit of a risk. Nah, but he's so smart. He kept the warehouse job and everything, so he was risk free.
Yeah.
cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers, the BMX train.
Especially coming from Dennis too. You're like, you're
Yeah.
here. Don't fucking leave.
Like an idol
yeah.
for me growing up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
And like
Ah,
everybody
you
knew
believe
he
me?
had it. It's
I
just
believe
sometimes
you.
like, dude, when someone like that or like Murray, like if they're you just stick it in a little longer, you're on the train, like it's all gonna come to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
just a couple years and that's all it takes, even though well, I mean this leads to another story. The COVID happened and you fucked your knee up.
Yeah.
But was that before? That was before Monster too, huh? So before you
Yeah.
you still had the warehouse job. So that was probably like kind of a scary time. Like like don't really. Or
Yeah,
you
it
still have
was
the warehouse
Yeah,
job, so you
what-
get to
yeah.
fucking just keep working.
X Games.
Yeah, no.
X Games is
Yeah.
X Games is 23. So yeah, that was
So
after COVID. So that was
crazy, yeah.
Was that the COVID year, or
What's
was that the crazy COVID year
What?
of X Games Japan? Or was that no?
That was the one
oh,
after.
okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't go.
No, I didn't
you
do
didn't
the
go-
lockdown hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
But
one
anyways.
the one you didn't go to.
It
That was is the X Games Japan, the one where there's security guards in the hallways, making sure you did not like
Yeah.
deviate in any sense.
Heard about that.
Yeah. It
Was
was,
Yeah.
It was horrible.
But Wait, what are we?
We were relating to the story about you filmed that sick Odyssey lockdown part.
Oh yeah.
And it ended with a bad knee.
Yeah, basically like well,
90%,
90% through the video. You know, when you're like, oh, I just want to get someone sick. Someone sick. Working with Biggie, Troy Charlesworth. But yeah, this is the one.
Such a good video.
Yeah, working on it, and it was like lockdown stuff. So like, all right, like we'll get out when we can and do what we can, whatever. And actually, it was like one day we went to go out, and I was like, had something in mind, and then Biggie's like, oh, can't make it today. I had to do like someone's popped up. I'm like, oh, whatever. I was in a bit of a sendy mood. Went to the skate park, and there was a construction fence there, and right in front of a bank. I was like, yeah, I want to launch over this.
Gotta get something out.
And then just leant it back too far, threw the bike, and then went to just like double feet slide in the grass and just caught like a knot in the grass or whatever it's called. Boom, just too much pressure and just kinked my knee and just blew it outside.
How did it happen?
Like, say there's a fence, jumped over it, and then like went to slide, like 2 feet slide.
Oh, like slide back on your butt?
Slide like this, and then just my foot.
Your foot stopped.
Stuck, and then it just went collapsed
did it go
onto
backwards?
my foot.
So it like went the other way?
It just went outside.
Sideways?
Oh.
Yeah, and I just felt it and heard it, and I just went, oh, and then I just laid there. I was like, I'm done.
ACL was
like everything bar one.
Damn.
So like I can't remember all the ligament names, but
you weren't even filming. You were just like, I'm gonna.
No,
jump
I was
over
just
the
in a
fucking
sendy
fence,
mood.
yeah.
I was ready to jump. Like
had to get some adrenaline.
yeah, you know what it is.
Free
like,
drugs.
I was gonna do something today. Now I'm gonna do something over here. Like
yeah, you need it sometimes.
You get a bit silly.
The grass thing, man, that happened to Clausen too.
Yeah, it was just unlucky.
Like
it was just
yeah.
unlucky. And then but it was during COVID, so I just got it sorted out, got surgery straight away. Thankfully, I had private health in Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know about it. Mum had me on the program up until my 25th birthday. It was about a month before my 25th birthday.
Nice.
So got the good surgery, still pay for private health now. I feel like I'm paying that back, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's just too good to be true.
Yeah, I remember like that was the time when none of us were hanging out, and I remember seeing it from afar and just being like, dude, that sucks. But during the COVID, it just seemed like it went by like that, and you were just back. You know,
well,
for you, it didn't. But
if you're gonna do it, that's the time to do it, I guess.
Right after you just finished a sick video part too.
And yeah, we basically just we'll just drop it with what we got. So it looks like I was busy.
Good timing.
If it to happen, then I guess. Not glad it happened, but
good timing.
I did learn from it though. I learned how to go to the gym and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
like before I was just a rat bag, man. Just rode bikes, bit of surfing. I was like, oh yeah, like upper body surfing, bottom legs. Yep, sweet. I'm good.
I didn't know that about you. I still thought you were just a rat bag.
Well, I am, but going to the gym like here and there when I can, and like it's not like it's every day, but
good lesson though. Like you said, like it's nice to know that can make you feel better. Hell yeah.
You gotta learn from these things.
Yeah, for sure.
Like to the Battle of Hastings thing when I bounced my jaw off the ground.
That was gnarly.
I learned from that one. Just too much drinking before an event. Just, flying from Oz, landing on Thursday. They have an opening party. They give you beers. Aussies are there. Like, yeah, so excited. You ride the event all weekend. Oh, beers every night. Awesome. So
jet lag, different time zone.
Love it. Best time of my life. And then, ran out of energy on the last trick. On the last day, bounced my face off the ground, broke my jaw. Surgery in England. Pretty rough.
Dude, he was killing it.
Dude,
like,
why don't I remember this? I must have just like told it was over the lip to lip.
It was a truck down whip on the box.
Yeah.
You barely tagged it.
I basically just like had no energy. Trucked it down when it was coming around, and as it was coming around, I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. I'll just run out beside my bike. And my back wheel just bounced right on the coping and just went boing, and I went because I didn't let go of the bars and just flung me straight forwards. And my hands were just on the bars, and I just straight to my face.
And I think I was like the first person you looked up at, and you were like, "Am I okay?" And I was like, his jaw fucking falling off.
Because I
never seen nothing like that, and I was like, "Dude, Boyd, no!" Like
I didn't get knocked out,
you need to go to the
so
hospital.
I just got up, and adrenaline, you can't feel anything, and I licked.
Like this, clack, and he's like, his face looked different.
I must have just turned away. I was like,
everyone probably did straight after.
It was nuts. Everyone that you looked at and saw, because you only looked at this group of people, and then you just went out. Like, it was like,
I looked at everyone's faces, and they were like eyes wide, and I licked my mouth, and I went. legged it.
Shit's backwards.
Didn't worry about my bike. I just legged it, and the meds
you
guys.
you just had like a look of fear, like, am I all right? And we were just like, dude, no.
Yeah, the
Like,
meds guys looked
seriously,
after me so well, and then like obviously going back to Battle of Hastings every year after, like seeing them lads, like big respect. They were so good to me.
And they fixed that shit. That looked like your face like fell off, you know? It was like completely like that. And then
He has nightmares about it. Apparently.
I was like, oh my God, Boyd like just
tooth
fucked
here,
himself up
step back,
way too
never
bad.
Used to be like that. Like that's right where it did. Broke right there and right there.
But it was like a month later.
late.
It was not that far after I
it.
saw a picture of you and you looked fine. I was just like, thank God, like
Yeah,
they
they did
fixed
good
him.
job.
Like how
Chiseled
the
the
hell,
jaw up, mate.
dude?
You broke it in 2 places.
Yeah, it broke up the top here and then bad through here.
It just fell off.
Yeah.
Like it was
That's
in the skin
insane.
still, but you could just he was like holding it and just like.
Crazy that
It was
you
myself,
just,
and I still can't like. You know when you see crashes, I can't watch crashes.
It was one of
I
those
don't
things
like
you just
stories.
like. How are they gonna fix that shit?
Yeah, they did.
Medieval.
And Commonwealth, mate, free surgery. Shout out to England,
Australia, South Africa. They're all
gang.
gang.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in South Africa. We don't have that.
Oh, all right.
You know.
Well, not the free surgery part.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
But we are part of it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, shout out.
That's two. I got
There you go.
two
Yeah,
lucky
shitty.
surgeries. Two lucky surgeries. Because with the knee thing in Oz, like you can't it's pretty much a waiting list unless it's really bad. And mine was really bad, so it could have been okay. But I was with private, so it was just straight in.
Straight
no
through,
worries.
yeah.
Good hospital, good food, looked after.
What's the difference? What's private?
Private hospitals.
Like private healthcare.
Yeah.
Like like
we
that's the
got
idea.
we
is
got
like,
the public
yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
they do just fine. Like they're good, but there's just
There's a queue.
There's a bit of a
to it.
list.
Yeah. if you-
Private is just like done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is the public one is do you guys get free healthcare?
Yeah.
And that's the public where there's just crazy lines and if you tear your ACL they're like, well, we'll hook you up in 6 years.
They'll sort you out for like a broken wrist or like they'll look after you. But yeah, knees are gnarly surgery. You know.
How long would that take if you were on the public? If you weren't on the private and you were trying to get it done for free on the public, is it a crazy?
Don't know. Don't want to find out.
You never hear any stories of that?
Not sure.
So we have the similar thing. That's how we are. But you still pay. But it's like literally like probably like a fifth of the price if you're going through the government funding side. But yeah, it's just if you go private, you'll get it like the next day or the next week. Otherwise,
I don't know
you
how
sit
they
in this
work it
for
out.
like 3 months. I've had mates that have done it. It's not worth it because you heal it wrong and then they have to deal with something that's like gone flopped.
Yeah.
So you could also do like, you're pretty bad, so you jump the queue, and then you don't eat that night, go into surgery, and then someone else is worse, so they jump in front of the queue, and then you don't get surgery that day. Like, you know what I mean? It works kind of like
It's super similar.
priority.
Super similar to here.
Yeah.
Really.
It's super
But
similar to
but
just
it's
having
free.
healthcare here too. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like because I mean here you have to. I mean just with mine, it's like you have to prove shit. You have to go through these hurdles of getting everything sorted. You know,
Well, there's
so-
crazy different tiers of healthcare here,
Yeah.
and then our free healthcare is pretty damn dialed too. Like you're gonna be on a like it sounds like the same thing. Where you're on a if you're poor, you're on a list too, and if you're rich, you're gonna do private healthcare, and if you're in the middle, you're just paying and waiting.
Yeah.
But I think just for all the kids out there, just like get travel insurance if you're going to travel anywhere, because it's come up for me a couple times.
You were saying that, and I never even like thought of that. Like
I think it's an Australian thing. Like,
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I got it for this.
you get
trip.
it.
yeah, especially for America, because it's gnarly. You just need that reassurance.
So you were
know?
saying you paid what number, and it like hooks you up?
I paid $5,000 because I got the lowest tier on the rental car for when I got smashed up last time I tried to do the podcast. And yeah, basically because it was the lowest tier, I had to pay the excess.
No, I thought you said you paid like $250 for this.
Yeah, that's how much travel insurance is, right?
Oh yeah, travel insurance.
The
Yeah,
travel
I'm
insurance
talking about the car. I had to pay $5,000 because it got smashed, and it was like on me. And then my travel insurance come through and covered it.
Oh,
and
shit.
My travel insurance was only like $250, $300 for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
And that would also you were saying like if you got hurt here, they hook it up with that too.
Yeah, they help it out.
Yeah.
There's
Can we get that when we travel?
Yeah, you can get it for
there's
for
fine
other
print.
countries, yeah.
There's
You gotta
fine
read
print for
everything.
context.
Yeah, you got to read it.
There's a fine print for contest, so make sure you look into it and which one you get.
So if you're competing for money, they're not going to hook you up
Yeah.
because you're working.
I don't even want to go on record talking about it. You know?
Shit, bleep, bleep. Yeah, be careful.
But
It's
yeah,
45 minutes in.
invest
We're
in
good.
yourself, kids,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, you get
You
hurt.
don't- you
get
don't
hurt
want
at
to,
the contest.
but-
You drive me down the road.
No, that's sick.
You don't want to get
I never
hurt
even-
ever, but it's like, just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty good with it. I do it every time. 'cause
Yeah.
And they
This shit's
cover
now-
so much, like a lot more
Theft
than
and
injuries.
stuff.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Your phone gets stolen, you forget something somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
They hook you up.
Because, I mean, there's like Logan Martin was here and he had his car broken into and like, all the shit stolen for X Games
heavy.
1 year and stuff like that. Like, yeah, in
And
a
did he have the
Tesla.
travel insurance?
And I assume he did or whatever, but like, I'm just saying shit happens.
Yeah. You don't know.
So
Yeah.
if it covers
Well, and
all that
especially
stuff.
when like these guys are so smart because a lot of their quote unquote work happens in the States. And if you got some weird injury where it's not even that bad, but you take an ambulance, they charge you $65,000. You're like, I'm not paying that. Well, then they're like, you can't come back to America,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like,
But if you pay $250, you're good.
yeah. There's
Smart.
There's lots of fine prints and stuff like that, but you work out what's good and what works and hope to never use it, but it's there if you need it.
Smart.
Crazy. So you're just chilling during COVID, obviously. Like you had to be forcefully chilling for
Yeah,
a year.
forced
a couple
to,
ways.
Forced to sit on the couch for 6 weeks, no
Is that
weight
where-
bearing.
Is that where the off the couch jam came from?
Good lead-in.
Kinda.
I have been taking AG1 for about 2 months since we got the stuff. I've heard a lot about it, and I'm 2 months on it every day, on every trip and everything, and I love it. I love starting my day with it. It's easy, simple, it tastes good.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm not super in tune with my body, so I'm like, oh yeah, I feel good today. And
Yeah.
I kind of,
Yeah, you
kind
were
of
saying that.
reflecting back that I'm like, wow, I feel good. I'm like, oh yeah, AG1, like a couple of weeks of it, you really can feel a bit of a difference, and daily super easy.
That's my favorite thing about it. It's easy, and it's just that one scoop straight in the water. They give you an awesome little like starter pack to get it going, and it's just a good way to start the day. It's like my new cup of coffee, and I think I've said it on the podcast a million times, but basically this year trying to get on a health kick, with everything, just I've been so many injuries last year, so perfect thing to add in. Even at Swamp Fest, you take this stuff, you go out and have a wild day drinking beer and stuff. At least you started your day with you packed on the good stuff right in the beginning.
True.
And they're always changing their ingredients. I heard that they've changed it like over 25 times, and which is cool. They're open-minded and always looking for the best, like bang for your buck. That one scoop, just having the best ingredients they can find. This podcast is brought to you by AG1. AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/unclicked to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/unclicked to start your new year on a healthier note. I love that pack. It's got everything you need to go. So if you're trying to invest in yourself, this is a good way to do it.
Cool. Thank you, AG1.
Thank you,
Kinda,
AG1.
I guess. Like the first one was like just hanging out with me and Alex. We did one together, and it was called Why Not Jam. I think we did 1 or 2 of those. Just me and Alex riding again. Like, man, wish it was a jam. Like, let's just do it.
Why not?
So we did it, and then I was just always on the Gold Coast, and I was like, man, I need to have one at Pizzy. Like, Pizzy's the local park. I'm there all the time. 2 minutes from my house. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm just doing it on my own at my local, and then that's off the couch.
That's like 4 years running too, right?
I don't even know.
I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's probably like 4 or 5 for sure.
That's sick. Do you feel like every year they just get better and better and you have more and more fun with them?
Oh, everyone's just on me like, when is it?
That's
And I'm like,
sick.
man, it's come up again. I got to do it again.
As far as the footage goes, it always seems like crazier every year.
Oh, it's super fun, but
as
I
far
just
as-
put pressure on myself to make it a good time for everyone.
Yeah,
I just run
of
around
course.
like a headless chook.
Yep. That's how jams are when you're running them.
Yeah. And like
Everyone's just having a good time.
I
You
try and
just-
make it new and keep it, interesting, because the park has had upgrades over the time. But one year, Jason built a big curved wall ride down in that blue bowl in the back. We
Yeah.
built a big fly out one year. This year, we built that step up to step off thing, and Dovey flipped
Oh, yeah.
over the whole thing.
That was sick.
Didn't think that was even possible, but
Crazy.
little Birdman floated over it.
25. Let's see if we can.
Fast and
40.
loose one, maybe.
Yeah, that one's.
But just running it. No council approval, just getting down there and having fun with the lads. That's
the way.
awesome.
Is oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that park's been there forever too, huh?
Yeah, it's
Like that bowl is like from the 80s or something?
Yeah, that's the original, and then they built the smaller bowl zone, then the bigger bowl zone, then they built the plaza with all the yellow rails, and then now they've built a massive pump track like just around the corner.
Really?
Yeah, so like
This is jam footage?
Yeah, this is a jam.
Crazy
But
jam.
This is 4 years ago, I think it said.
yeah.
Pull hard.
I think I missed 1 year in there just because I was busy. I think I did 1 year on crutches. Because, look, Jason built that.
Like, oh, okay.
We're just like, he's like, yeah, mate, Fastline's going to sponsor it. I'm going to build some.
The Aussie scene looks so sick. Like, so many riders.
And, like Lou, Jackman,
That's what I was
Geordie, Benny, they all, like, come up for it.
Yeah.
The boys put on, even though they live 10, 14-hour drive away.
Yeah.
Hours drive away.
Yeah.
I feel like culturally, Australia is like more down for a good time, and not like you guys are less reserved than Americans, and Americans are like considered brash, So I just feel like every time I go,
have you seen Swamp Fest?
Yeah,
that's America too.
I mean, that's
America's a big fucking crazy place.
It's an East Coast thing. I don't know.
That's like a sample of rare human beings.
That is
like
they get together down there in Florida.
Where I just feel like in general,
Biggie B clip.
there he is.
Yeah,
War party.
I know what you're saying though. I just had to.
Meeting Troy was really cool. Like hanging out with him during which we'll get to. Yeah,
King Beanie.
Yeah. So,
he goes down. The big fella's sending. But yeah, dude, there's so many good riders.
Yeah.
It's like that you just don't even know about. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So many.
That's why I was like a key shit talker. I'll just be like, Dennis, you forgot about this video on Oz. You forgot about this one.
You're the king of like making sure we don't think it's just everything's in San Diego.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah. Like, don't forget about us.
Yeah, no.
We're down here.
Let us know every chance you get, because Australia is the sickest scene and needs to be shouted out for everything you guys do.
But yeah, they're good times.
Even the
sure.
couch jam.
Man, I just had the idea of a couch, and then the name was just Get Off the Couch. Like, you know what I mean? Get the boys off the couch and come, and then chuck a couch here. Look at that. It all comes together.
I feel like a dude's just. Oh my God.
Dude, what?
This is before the refresh too, huh? This is the old.
Yeah.
old.
The plaza's not there yet. Dude.
Yeah, the scene.
Unreal.
I just feel like dudes just like, I don't know. They don't care as much out here, like looking cool or something, or they like even just in the sense of, like a Southern California thing where it's like a crowd in Southern California, they're like, boy, it was sick. But they don't. And you go to Arizona and they clap more, and then you go to you get deeper into America and they're like fucking psyched.
Like we got like people like Termite, Johnny McKellar.
Yeah.
Like leading this like crew of just like wild human beings.
Like
just, like
Jimmy.
No shirts, just ratty, just throwing it down, and then whole crew's just drinking, yelling. Like, it's a.
I don't know. I feel like it's like
I don't really know what you're saying.
I know. I love it. I actually there is some sort of like cultural difference between Australia and America that is like hard for me to explain. But
I think what you said, the further you get away from LA, and like you could see Ashton Kutcher in the morning in LA, so seeing Chad Curley's not going to be as impressive.
Yeah.
But you live in the middle of America or super far away from this place where there's like all this
just
shit happening. Jaded.
Yeah.
Jaded. You go to the skate park in the morning, you could ride with whoever,
Yeah.
Like just random session. You're riding with Gary and Michael and all these people, but
Very true.
I think that's the
Fastest manual competition.
Jaded is the word.
Pollard's a man.
Is this I guess dude, it's cool that you do all this stuff in between everything else, like you're working at the warehouse at this time. 4 years ago you're working at the warehouse in between all of this stuff, and it's like it's cool.
Riding
just
and hosting a jam.
Yeah.
Just kind of, work towards it, stay on the map, like keep busy, keep everyone riding. Just, I don't know, make everything better and just try your hardest. If you're going to do it, do it. All right.
Yeah, I remember when I met you,
Love it.
you went out to the US for one of the Vans US Pro Cups.
Yeah.
You were there with Alex, and then you go out there for that, but then you're still filming a video for Volume at the time. So, like, every trip he does, you, like, banked on it, I guess. Like, you kind of drained everything out of it that you could.
I mean, even right now, these guys just destroyed it on that trip we were on. This is their day off, and they had a nice little chill day, but we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, Zach picks them up to film for 4 days straight for the full length.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then,
But
so that's how you pack it in.
Yeah.
If you're flying like 14 hours or even to America from Oz or to Europe or whatever, you're not just going to go for the contest and pack it up and go home. Like, that's just ridiculous. You're wasting sponsors' money. You know what I mean? If you go there and get 10th, sponsor doesn't care. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at least make the most out of it. Stay there. Hang out with some locals. You might film some clips. Get it on the gram. Getting a homie clip in a video, or work on something else. Take a camera yourself. Like, like you said, just squeeze the most out of it. Yeah, and I understand flights from Australia are expensive, so I was like, all right, just make it work. Always just a couple days extra.
That's what's
Girlfriend's getting over it, but getting a bit older and too old for that shit, but I'm still doing it.
Nah. Wait, when you don't got kids, you're good.
Yeah.
That's I always did that shit, and then the kids made it a little harder to be gone for that long. But same thing, like just every trip, you just got to stay after or before and make. When you fly all the way to Europe, you can't go for 5 days. That's nuts.
You just get over like jet lag.
Yes,
you
gotta
stay. Just starting to feel human.
It's like
again.
the first part of the trip is like, and then the second part's where it gets really fun. You know, when you get used to the time change and you're actually there.
Yeah.
Time change is real. It takes a
I
second.
don't even know what jet lag is.
You don't?
No, you just forget about it.
You don't
ever think about it.
You never feel it?
You feel it, but you got to forget about it.
Yeah, I agree. But still, like, there's a few days of feeling weird.
Yeah.
You're dialed, huh?
He gets over it. I don't know how. Like, I'm feeling like all sluggish and slow. I'm like, I can't do it. And his boy's just like there.
It does depend on which way you're going in the world. Because I always feel like when I would go to Australia or that way, I felt like a superhuman. Like, go to bed early, getting up early. Then I go to Europe and I just like go to bed so late.
There is worse ones, but you just got to train yourself. Like,
just get up and go.
On the flight there before, just check the time code, like where you're going, and just
change your mind.
That's it. Lock in on that.
That's the move.
That is the best.
Try get a little bit ahead, and then when you get there, just excitement takes over and just run it.
Yeah.
Get out there.
Yeah.
And don't do the freaking 20-stair rail off the flight. Take a photo of it. Maybe do it in 2 days. Like, don't be doing that.
That's wise.
Yeah, I mean, still just get out there and
just
ride.
Get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't think about it, because if you think about it, it just adds up. It just keeps working. It just keeps knocking away at you. That's what I try to think anyway.
Sucks though sometimes. And sometimes I would like go to Europe and just stay up at night. Just be up all night, and then you're like, I'm fucked.
Where you have a couple beers and
in the summertime when the sun doesn't go down till like 10:30 in Spain, it's like whatever. Just wake up at noon. Run it.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Whatever works.
That's why Dennis doesn't travel.
Yeah.
Not even jet lag.
I went to Palm Springs. I made the move, baby.
That's far away, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's a different world out there. It felt like we could have been in like Saudi Arabia for a second.
Yeah, dude,
windstorms and
You
stuff.
did see a camel, right?
There was a camel the whole time.
Yeah, I was there.
For real though, it's crazy how
The
that's.
sandstorm was gnarly.
Oh, you actually did see a sandstorm.
Dude.
Yeah, it's nuts.
There was gnarly weather the whole time. Like fucking, we got footage of the sandstorms. Like they would just roll through, and like these guys were still just riding.
You got to wear sunnies to get a clip. Kind of like it's just. I wasn't getting clips. Murray and Johnny going nuts.
You were getting clips. I'll show you. It's nuts how it's like 2 hours away and it's so
Are you
perfect
gonna show me something
here.
we can't show though?
Oh, can we put it up? Well, yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, okay.
While we keep talking.
All right.
Murray filmed a clip that just looks like insane.
Yeah, you literally see this, like, it looks like smoke in the distance, and it just, like, rolls in, and then you just amongst the sand, and then it passes over, and then it's like, oh,
Was it literally like this style thing?
Not as crazy, but
borderline.
seriously, we were in it, so maybe it was that crazy from far away, because it would just be like...
It was a wall. Like, we were in it, and then we were out of it, and it was very
Look,
noticeable.
I sent you the video.
That
Let's
looks
see.
pretty gnarly, man.
That's a photo, and they probably touched it up. But I think if Colin McKay was up on the hill and shot the photo of us, it might have looked something like that. Because it would be... We would be in that shit, and then it would just go away, and then it would come again. Like, it wasn't
literally.
just... This is just...
Look.
Yeah, that doesn't look fun.
Look, you can hear the sand, like, and that was like the whole day, on and off.
Yeah.
We just
The
got
whole
used to it.
day?
Yes.
Yeah, it came and went a few times.
Just
Oh, I see. You guys are at the building. You guys are at the quarter pipes.
Dude, I kid you not. And then, like,
Oh, that's it.
G-Man
That's
ripping.
it. That's
Oh, you found
a
some
clip
more?
that I sent to you.
2 minutes later, it's like perfectly clear. Then this was kind
And
of
then
towards the tail end of one. But it was.
That's why they were storms, I think, because like it would be chill and it'd be good, and then just you'd have to wait out, getting sand in your teeth. And we had the car bomb in the morning.
Oh yeah.
That was nuts.
That was wild.
The car
You
bomb.
tell that one.
I mean, we were just chilling at the Airbnb and we heard this like explosion. we kind of thought it could be an earthquake.
Felt like a quick earthquake, like
Yeah.
like a 2-second earthquake.
And literally, like, the doors of the house went like everything
Yeah.
shook, and we were like, "Fuck!" Like, what was that? And then we ran outside and kind of looked and didn't see anything, so we were just like, "Oh, it's probably something random, like whatever."
Yeah.
And then late in the day, someone checked the news. I didn't even know how we knew it was, but there was like a car bombing that went off at a fertility clinic down the road.
2 miles away.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Fucking bomb
It's
went
on
off.
the news everywhere. Like,
Yeah. I
Like they
did see
shut
that.
down like the
Even in
main
Oz,
area of
people
Palm
like-
Springs for the day. Like a lot of shit happened while we're out in the desert. While everything's just so normal out here.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
We went to a
Like
party in the middle of the desert too, where they're feeding us caviar, butlers.
espresso martinis.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable.
Vance had a party in the middle of the desert.
I saw some of that.
For
yeah.
Kern's new shoe. There was
Yeah.
chandeliers hanging up from, forklifts that were all blacked out. Like we
We
felt
just-
pretty fancy one night.
We just happened to be there.
yeah.
Went to the op shop and grabbed a nice shirt and
Joined in the party.
yeah, headed in. Headed
They
in.
cut us off on the free drinks. We're like, one more beer.
Chasing down the bar, but cut us off. We had to ride the next day,
It was so fancy, man. Like literally when you walk in, they're like caviar and champagne with like butlers walking around, and then there was like people in the searching for rattlesnakes, so they didn't come into the event.
Yeah, it's wild. You like parked out and they put you in this little like Jeep thing and you get transported up into the mountains that it's like super lit and everything.
like in the dunes kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
the hills, I guess.
Yeah, it's like out there. It's sick.
Some fancy.
Shout out to Vance for making us feel fancy, and Kern,
Yeah.
Kern's little fancy man, making that nice out there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It was very interesting, but it was like just different. It was like skateboarding mixed with they had
Caviar, car bombs, and winds.
and then
sandstorms.
and then the
Crazy,
band
real
instead of
quick.
like a rock band, there was like a
Classical music playing.
like
Movie
a
ride.
super famous classical music band just playing like while people skated. It was crazy. It was
I
definitely
saw it. It was like
not
little
Thrasher style.
cement half pipes or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
It snapped.
That did break.
One broke?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, literally, guy did the gap from the one to the other, and when you landed, the whole thing just folded.
But it was sick though.
Eventful.
In the skater, BMX mentality, they were like, let's just keep skating it. It wasn't like, oh my god, the thing broke. Like let's complain. It was like
It made a
sick
spot.
a spot. And they started skating it like a sub box. It was fucking cool.
That's pretty funny.
So it was like this bougie thing, but it was like skater. It was really weird, but it was actually like kind of kept it nice instead of people just going crazy. Like if there was a rock band playing the whole time, like
Yeah.
shit would have gone nuts. Like kept everybody
guys
mellow.
keep drinking?
We tried to be classy.
Everyone
for a
did. It was
sec.
fun. They were like, everyone definitely having fun out there.
Yeah.
And then we went back to our Airbnb, and the BMX trip kept going into the sandstorms.
Show must go on.
Yeah. And we woke up, shook it off. We're like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
The sand.
The sand, yeah. For real. I washed my hair for like the first time today since that trip, and it was so fucked.
Yeah.
Your hair has got
No,
shit
I washed
in
it.
it.
I washed it on the trip.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Those
there's no
dreads,
way.
though,
Yeah, it takes a bit
You got
coming
some
out.
Palm Springs in there still.
Yeah, you
Take
can make
home.
it through Australian customs with that. You can
Probably
test
not,
your
they hate
hair,
the
just
soil.
like- yeah.
Dude,
Oh, the
flying in-
soil test.
Dude, flying in Oz, they are like pretty gnarly on like if you got, like they ask you if you got like soil or if you've been into like certain areas and on the checklist.
Yeah.
You have to hit no.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just like, I don't have any Palm Springs dust in my hair.
Yeah,
I'm chilling.
exactly.
Were you near any car bombs in the last 7 days?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah,
They
that
were
is
calling it a
crazy.
terrorist
That's
attack.
crazy,
Like I
yeah.
don't know what a terrorist attack, the definition of it is, but some
Yeah.
guy did terror.
Yeah.
Well, like 2 miles from our house.
That
It was
is crazy.
Pretty creepy.
I didn't know what was going on. I was just in the shed and I heard the
Yeah.
roller door just going poof, walked out and everyone's outside.
I was stretching and I felt it in the ground. I was like, and we're right next to an airport. I was like, that was an explosion. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy. I guess circling back to back to the beginning, you said mankind, and then
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, there
Nice,
we
we're
go.
thinking the same.
Volume days. Like, how long did you ride for mankind? And were they the German brand? What are they?
Yeah,
German.
they're from Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Rogish too. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got put on from the Oz distro. And
Okay.
like, first ever free complete bike. I was like, oh mate, like, this is so sick.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember, but like it was all black, green sprocket, green hubs, green stem, and rode it for like a year or whatnot. And then little Josh Dove, like seriously tiny Josh Dove shows up to the skate park, all black, green stem, green hubs, green sprocket. I was like, yeah, it's like the sickest little kid.
Yeah.
Fucking likes me. And then, yeah, now he's Josh Dove, but I just remember being so frothing on that, and that bike was just like stuck in my mind, you know. It was so awesome.
That's cool.
But yeah, rode for them for a few years, and then.
And you never had any sponsors through racing or anything like that? Or did you actually
I had
like
little like
Just a gold mine.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was sponsored
He had
for
a gold
racing.
bike.
Sponsored for racing, just like I was young, you know. I wasn't getting paid or anything, but
Yeah.
like bikes and stuff. And I actually got sponsored by it was called Johnny Chopper, and it was like an Australian brand. It was just a small business, but he would make custom BMX frames. And I remember being like super young, going in there, and he measured my arms, measured my legs, everything, and made like custom bike, like 143 mil cranks, like just everything. And like the frame was like chromoly, but it was like Coke can thickness, and it was like super light and like
Crazy.
yeah,
Huh.
But-
Very cool.
super weird. But I remember having this like super sick bike. There's key bikes, you know, along the years.
So then you go volume. You film a bunch of cool shit with Mastroni.
Yeah, that was epic.
That was a chapter.
That's
And
how I
then-
learned actually riding, like learning how to like ride spots and pick spots was like that kind of era. Cause like
Was that the finer things? that you had
no,
this footage in?
I'm a classic of like when a DVD comes out, I get on a team after. So that happened with the finer
So
things.
you're
Here's,
after the
here's
finer
your
things.
here's
I
your
was
welcome,
after the finer things.
your welcome video. Or this is
Yeah, this one was with the boys, but the one to
Where'd you do like the feeble switch down whip on the
the
Salt
one to
Lake
watch
spot?
with Mastroni was volume 2.
Volume
That's it.
2,
That's-
dude.
yeah,
When
yeah.
Mastroni was doing volume,
Yeah.
that shit was so
Yeah.
sick.
Those videos are good. That
Mastroni
one's
is
the
the
top
man.
one.
Yeah. You might have to scrub through
Volume
because that's
2.
the whole gang.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm like the classic. Get on the sponsor after they do a full length. So finer things got on volume after. Monster after what was the Monster video called?
Freak.
Freak got on it after.
Federal after
Federal.
FDS.
After FDS.
But like you said, this is a good crew because
I recognized your pedal. That was funny.
this is a really good crew to show you like what's up with spots. You know, like the volume at the time.
Mastroni's got the eye. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in this video where he just pulls up and goes, "Do something." Like this is good. This is go for it. Like
that's
calling out tricks.
right
Like I wouldn't have done that. Mastroni's just
Really?
like, yeah, this would be sick. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that.
That's so good
You
when
know,
a
like-
filmer team manager helps you out like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I was just a little park rat, mate. Like,
Doesn't look like it.
well, I think he
Thanks to
knew.
Mastroni.
I think he knew like the skills that I had, but I just didn't know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in spot wise, anyway, because
He's like, this is what I would do if I could do those tricks.
the
Like,
spots in Oz,
good
are-
tricks.
Yeah, it's
the
valid.
spots in Oz are different to here. Like they're not these perfect where you can choose how many tricks or what. It's like you go to a spot in Oz and it's like only good for like a pegs hard or something. There's a tree there and there's a bunch of grass and there's shitty run in. Like here it's just a skate park, mate. It's ready to go.
Yeah, true.
It's funny you guys both think that. I
He
feel
comes
like
from
it just
the house spots.
well,
you know,
I mean,
like, he
yeah,
really-
Murray's a different breed.
Yeah. Murray didn't have skate parks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Murray had,
I had
he had
driveways.
vacation homes.
driveways and a dirt jump.
Well, great. Yeah.
But yeah, these days are definitely like
So how old are you in this?
couldn't tell you.
You look pretty young.
Hey,
know,
dude,
dude.
this
Yeah.
looks way.
Image.
Yeah.
Yeah, what year did it come out?
That's a different Boyd. I
It
reckon he must be
is
like
8 years
19.
ago.
Yeah,
21.
that's
20,
crazy.
20 or yeah, 21.
Yeah, 2021 underage. Here anyway.
And that, like, you filmed this all before then, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But like,
So this was the volume heyday right here, filmed
Yeah.
with Mastroni. And then
And how long was this
say that
filmed over?
Damn, that was sick.
maybe a trip, maybe 2.
Crazy.
But this is probably peak like
That's sick.
coming here before I got the visa. So like this would probably be filmed over 3 months or something.
Okay.
Because it got to the point of like, basically one time it was Mastroni picking me up. One of my favorite clips ever. Just
That
the
is
way,
so good.
the
How
way
he's
he
in
filmed
front of you,
it, and
yeah.
just, you know, that's so rare.
So
Did he help you with that line?
no pedaling, just
did you think of that?
I definitely would have been like, I want to do a backy, take me to a spot.
I was gonna
but
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I thought the
I could
line,
see
maybe
Mastroni
he
being like, do the wide bar first to make it cooler because it makes it so
definitely
sick.
could have. He probably would have been like, don't pedal in between. Like,
Yeah.
it looks bad if you pedal. Like, you know what I mean? He
Damn,
helped me with
shout out
all
to
those
Mastroni.
little things. Like,
Yeah.
Don't do this, do that.
hope so. Man.
There is rules, but they're just not spoken about. That's all Mastroni.
That is a Mastroni
He's
idea.
like, just go and do it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, maybe.
Getting a little bossy with you at times.
He's like, you can do it. Someone needs to do it. No, 100%. But
So was there anything after this for volume? 'Cause you were on for a while because Federal didn't come. Federal's
so
somewhat new. It was
yeah.
after FTS.
Is there-
No, this
Oh.
turned into like getting a signature frame and having a signature frame and forks for a while, and then
Leaning into the Mastroni thing, was there stuff where you're like, I want to film this, and he was like, no.
I would say so. Yeah, yeah. Like, mate, we've got enough like jumping clips or something. Like, it'd be, like just right around, like just pulling me up to that spot. And he goes, I don't know if you could do it, but like, just it's there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I haven't really done too many overpegs,
Diego.
but I guess.
Yeah, you down for it? Like, there's a spot and it's like, oh, you usually just go for it. It's so safe.
If it's screaming, do
Gah.
it. Sometimes you just got to do it, right?
Yeah. That's
Sometimes you,
I remember-
sometimes you go home though.
I
too.
remember Mastroni, I do a router out at the end. And I was just, I've got a bunch of energy and like riding too many spots. Like, being young, being in the car, get out of the spot. Like, I'm going to bar spin this. Like, he numbed me down at the end of the trip. He's like, we've got enough clips. You're done. Like, cool off. Like, if it's a good clip, we pull up to this school or this area. And I was like, can I do it? Like, seriously, I was like, he shut me down. He's like, I've got enough clips. Like, only do the good ones. And then this happened. I was like, yes, like, get to go.
The wisdom of
What, Dugan with you?
No, that's Dave Pendleton. One of the
okay.
boys. Young me, still the wrist tape on there. And then yeah, it's the outro now.
That was sick. All right, piss break done. We back. So volume, and then what was the chapter like before Federal? Because it had to be some time since Baby Boyd here to getting on Federal, because you said it was after FTS.
Do you measure
Yeah.
Do you measure time by like before dreadlocks and after dreadlocks?
Not really, because I had like super long hair, and then there was some dreads in there, and then we shaved my head off, and then that's when like the volume 2 clips and all that, you can see how
Yeah,
like, my
you're
hair's
short,
getting longer.
yeah.
But that, pretty sure that her hair is this hair.
That's just at the very bottom right there.
It might have come through and shed it out by now, but yes, I think it's been gone since then.
wild.
I just don't have a haircut other than this that works. Like my hair's like curly here, then straight there, and then curly. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it seems like an advantage of like not making a decision every day.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like at the beach today, this guy's just like, "Hey man, like how'd you get your hair to do that?" And I'm like, "Don't know, just."
Okay, it's like,
Hey,
how long has
just-
it been going for? Like,
Yeah, it just fucking twists up, and you wear a helmet and a beanie, and it just gets nasty, and you split it apart a little bit, and it keeps going.
It's funny because you guys have like you have just like nice, like your hair probably never dreads, huh?
No, well, no, it doesn't actually.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. Like it's
Yeah.
too straight. It will literally like.
If I went and rubbed it together for a while, it would probably dread, but I don't get dreads.
And then you'll wash
Yeah.
it once, and it'll fall out.
Yeah,
like I wash my hair, and it just the ends got a little bit
Yeah.
frayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah,
Pre dreads, after dreads.
Yeah, sorry, that was a joke. That was
yeah,
a joke,
no, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
We know.
A couple of the boys pay for
Good
their
joke.
dreads, I got
Yeah.
these on the house.
Natural.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easy
volume,
to get dreads, but the rest of the hair is fucked. I have the same problem.
Yeah.
You look like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
clown. You just let it dread out, and you're like, this is all right.
The helmet padding gets thinner and thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
Like,
do you actually run like what do you do for a helmet now?
the S1 helmet has like you can choose the thickness, and I'm on the double XL. The hair's the padding basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too funny.
But it's in there.
Fair enough. And then you were gonna go volume. How many
did
years on volumes
go
to Federal?
And
Yeah.
what is that chapter? Because I feel like it was a lot longer chapter than this, Boyd.
Yeah, well, I couldn't tell you numbers or
Not worried
time
about
of
that.
years, but like basically it was like volume 2, and then they're like, oh yeah, like gonna give you a signature frame. And I'm like losing it, so ecstatic, whatever. And then they wanted like a certain geometry for the frame and the forks. I had like an idea, but it didn't quite line up to what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But at that age, I was just like, yes, like let's go, like so excited,
Name
like,
on
let's
a frame.
do this, like finding like dream shit, you know. And then as we go on, I had like a 13-inch back end or something, like, but I'm riding pro cups and like riding deep bowls and just like that just doesn't mesh that well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever, I used to do those back seat grab airs. It's just because with a short back end, when you air like that, it just snaps and you just do all the 180. And then me doing that is like stopping the rotation.
Really?
Like, yeah, that was like kind of half me like overspinning, looping out. Like it just,
that was just the move to keep
it
it
just
in
kind
control.
of worked. It just happened. Ended
crazy.
up happening. And like
That is such an insane concept of
crazy.
like that saving.
it just happened. Yeah. But yeah.
So
Like,
basically, they kind of put your name on a frame that was like supposed to sell good with
And
the
this is-
geometry.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
the era of like things back then
Shortening
getting
up.
But you said yes
shorter.
too, so at their, you know,
No,
to
nothing
their
towards
fault.
them. Like I
Yeah.
was so hyped, and I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like let's do these other things, make it a bit more to me. So frame forks there, and then as time went on, I started to like fall out of love with that size frame, and then Bakos was a team manager at Federal, and like just when I first met him, we just hit it off straight away. Like we got the same birthday, like, we were just meant to be. Whatever. Met him in Oz when he was shooting photos for Alex Colborne section, and then I just was at home and got a message like, "Hey, do you have any spots for this guy? Like, I don't want to keep shooting him at skate parks. Do you have anything interesting?" Didn't know the guy. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take you to some spots." Met him, hit it off, and then that planted the seed. And down the line, he's like, "Yo, Federal, do you want to be a part of it?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm keen." And it was straight into a frame. And
It was that when, so we were talking about Issa, who runs Endless, just for
Issa backwards.
quick.
Sorry.
And so, and was that when he first got the job at Federal too? Like, because it wasn't necessarily like,
I don't know if it was one of his first moves or
Yeah.
anything, but to me, it felt like he was just always there. I
Yeah.
don't know when he got the job.
Getting on Federal is like, you're fucking cool. In the BMX
Yeah.
world. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
'cause
that,
you gotta
that
get-
team is
nobody goes on
cool.
Federal without a Lacey back too.
You gotta have
For-
all the boys, Bruno, Lacey, like
Yeah,
the
it
Federal
felt
squad
it
is
felt
sick.
cool and right, like being from across the world, a little bogan, well, not little, but like a bogan dude with a helmet, park rider, like to be on a team that's got like the badass, the badass image that it is with the crew, the heavy hitters. I was like, all right, some people have approved me here. Like this
Right
is
after
sick.
FTS comes out,
right after FTS, like jump onto that. I was like, yeah, so good. And then like fitting in that crew's like a family, man. Like
Yeah.
the best dudes.
That's what
Love
I'm
them
saying.
all.
Like you gotta be a part of the family. It isn't just like we're sponsoring you, gonna send you stuff in Australia, you do your thing. It's like you're on Federal, you're coming with us.
You got to be
Pack
able to.
your bags.
You got to be able to fit in the van, and to fit in the van over there, it's like, hi, you got to handle some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to earn your stripes.
yeah. Volume was cool for you, but Federal was like solidified.
Mastroni
you.
was a very, very mild warm up for the for the Federal crew, I'm sure.
Bruno, Lacey, Jarvis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some fucking boys right there.
What was your first trip? Like first team trip?
You were there for the Barcelona one.
That was your first team trip?
Yeah.
No shit.
So
Is this Cheetah Dennis?
Cheetah
Yeah.
Dennis. So it kind of worked out well.
Cheetah
'cause
Dennis.
We
Cheetah
were
Dennis,
already homies, and then I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Dennis and AK are coming on a Federal trip. Like all good. Like sweet. 'Cause,
I
like,
can't believe that was your first trip. That's sick.
Yeah. So like, I knew you and I was comfortable with you, and I knew the other lads as well. But like, it just kind of worked out where it just made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Just a bit more comforting, I guess, having the homie there.
That's crazy because
Yeah.
I kind of just jumped on it because me and Rich were filming at the time, and then I heard AK was
Same
going,
with AK.
so I was like,
AK's
okay,
just
like,
there,
yeah.
sharing a room with AK. It's like, what's up, bro? Like,
Shout out to Federal for letting me and AK just jump on a trip like that. It was so
Federal's
cool.
down with it, dude.
So down. I love
Federal
all those
Fiend
guys.
video comes out.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, but it makes sense.
So damn, that was your
Like-
first trip, and then it just
Yeah.
went from there.
One every year from then on out,
Fuck yeah.
other than the COVID years. But yeah,
It is cool because I feel like Odyssey is a very active team where they're doing trips, and even like you
So
had that
active.
Bali trip that was like it didn't plan out like it but like they're down to just send you somewhere and have you do something. The same for you as well, and so you can be that international rider, and then you have Federal as like an international team.
It's
or at
almost
least
like
a-
Odyssey. Well, they get them everywhere, but Odyssey like brings them to the States a lot.
yeah.
Federal brings you to Europe
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
and then
It's-
Monster just can do
it's
whatever.
the yin and yin yang. Like, I mean, I go over here, we do this, we do it right. We go over there, Federal, and they just let us loose.
Mhm.
Like, we just cruise around the streets and just cause a ruckus. It's two different ways, two different countries, and like it's awesome. It spreads me out. I get to go here, I get to go there, and so when obviously I got on what did I do? I left volume to go to federal, but I stayed on demolition. I didn't do the whole thing because I was like, man, like I love demolition. Like back in the day, all the old videos and stuff. I was like, that's what I really liked. Volume demolition. Demolition was like the one. So I was like there, and then I got the chance to go Odyssey. I was like, that's also the one. Like, can't say no to this. And then just both scales going to different places. It worked out really well.
So with like Odyssey, there's no like U.S. team, or anything like that. Like it's just you're on Odyssey, pro team,
flow team,
okay,
amp team.
cool.
Like
All right.
seems like right.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they probably have an international team, but that's kind of like flow international.
Yeah.
It's cool not to be like the in-house brands. Sunday Odyssey package, volume demolition. Like it was lucky that I split off and then it left that window open for Odyssey.
Yeah.
So,
And then with Monster, are you Monster?
I'm on America.
Yeah. So
the
that's
Oz
like
program's not really.
Okay,
Yeah,
a
it's just
thing.
a army thing.
okay. Yeah. So it's funny how stuff like breaks out, or it's like you're on Monster Europe. It's a completely different program than Monster US and stuff like that. So
You got a good package going, but
It's
deserved after winning 18 simple sessions, gold medals, and all the epic footage you have. So congrats. And is there going to be a Rich part? Rich Foreign? You filmed a lot of sick shit with him on trips, but you making a Rich part?
Yeah, so basically at the same time as working on the No More Bets part with Biggie, that was at home. And then when I go on a trip, say if I'm going on a simple session, if I'm not doing a trip for federal, we're doing a Monster trip, basically. When I got on Monster, like, all right, let's do a Welcome to Monster. So been doing that with Rich, and that's all wrapped up, ready to go.
wrapped up.
It's done.
Ooh.
It's
You get
there.
hit by a bus again.
Nah, no buses this time. No buses.
That's cool. When does that drop?
Not sure exactly,
sure.
but in
Yeah.
the next, it's coming.
Have you
Next
seen?
couple
Have you
months.
like? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
done?
It's done.
Ah,
Yeah. So
very
there's
cool.
a couple more things that need to fall in line with the crew and stuff like that. We're gonna
Can we drop it right now?
Yeah.
Put it up.
Wanna watch it?
airdrop.
You got the unlisted link.
Airdrop.
Yeah.
No, just straight on the phone, mate. Nah, it's
Uh,
coming.
Hell yeah, that
Very
is
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Is there other obligations with Monster? Do they ask anything of you? Or
It's
is
funny
it
because I
pretty
was thinking
mellow?
federal Rich, but it's in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got on federal, it's like, all right, now you get to have a Rich Foreign part, but it's cool. It's tied in with Monster too. It's like
Basically,
it's
just
all the same
getting
crew.
on Monster just opened up this whole other I don't know,
Dimension.
travel budget.
Yeah.
All
You know
of a
what I mean?
sudden you're with
and then a whole other crew like
Jordan and
Felix, Lacey, like can do way more budget. So then like Rich is like, all right, let's go, and then and Donicky as well, like just
yeah.
couple people this one, couple people there, like we just make it work in between trips. And man, that's why I've
It's
been
basically
so
like
busy since I've been on Monster. I've just been like, oh my god, I can do whatever I want.
That's
like,
cool.
That whole
That's
program is
amazing.
sick. It's basically like an ongoing full length DVD, and you just
Seriously.
keep dropping like
Yeah.
Jordan Felix, now
There's-
Boyd.
there's more
like,
to come, not just
Alex
me.
D,
There's other
Freak,
boys
Lewis. Like
dropping
there's just
parts.
Lacey. Like there's
Yeah.
he's just fucking that's
And
sick.
and you have Rich still working for federal too.
Yeah.
So it's
It's-
it's crazy.
Yeah,
What about you? Got any funny Rich stories?
too many. I don't even know.
One
man.
from Spain, since you guys were both there. I mean, different
shit.
version of Dennis. Cheetah Dennis was there.
I don't even know.
It's pretty much just Rich and Lacey just being hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, because you think they fucking hate each other, but if you know them really, it's like me and Joey Cobbs. Like
Yeah,
when we're
yeah.
people think we hate each other, but really we're like best friends. It's
Barking
like,
down each other's throats.
but
like,
Rich and
so
Lacey actually go
complex.
way further than me
They
and
go
Joey
very
because
far.
they
They
actually
go
will
very
be
far.
like, they didn't talk for a month after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Super competitive with each other as well. Like, we were in Sydney, and I was like, "Hey boys, like, I can get a pass through Boost to go to the wave pool. Like, I want to go. Like, do you guys want to have a crack?"
Is this like one of the ones where it's like the actual wave?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
actual wave pool.
yeah.
Anyway, we're running late, and I was gonna give him like a couple tips and little how-to, but we were running late, and me and Jordan Smythe did the like actual real wave like setting,
Yeah.
and then there's like a learner one, and they were back to back. So basically, we went and surfed, and I come back in, and then grabbed like a bigger board, and went out with them for the learner ones with no tips, and then them two in the wave pool just barking at each other like, "No, you're doing it wrong. Like, fuck you, fuck that." And then like Lacey goes for a wave and just misses it, falls off, and then Rich is like, "Yes," and like rattles off, and you're just like, "Oh mate, these two, they're like brothers," and they're just like, "You didn't fucking stand up. No, you didn't stand." Like, you know what I mean? Just at each other constantly, and I'm in the pool. I'm like, all right, this is getting crazy. There's kids, there's dads, there's mums. Like, it's the learner setting. And these boys are on big, massive pink boards, like, and they're just swearing at each other, ripping each other off the board. Like, I was like, this is chaos, like absolute chaos.
Taking it very like family friendly, fun experience, and then just
No, their relationship is wild.
Yeah,
string
Button
its
heads,
neck.
button heads.
Yeah.
One of
Too
my
funny.
first trips filming with Rich, just me and him for the Right Here video, I invited Lacey to Berlin too. Thought it was gonna be sick. They're best friends. I thought, because I'm good friends with both of them. So I'm like, let's all go together. We get on the plane and we're all sitting in different seats. And when I get out, it's just me and Rich. And Rich goes, Lacey just fucking walked by me. I'm like, you didn't even say hi. He's like, no, we haven't spoken in however long, And then Lacey goes and gets me a beer and cheers
Nothing for Rich.
nothing for Rich, It was like, I was like, I didn't know any of this. Like, I had to get filled in on all of it. I'm like, we're on a trip and no one told me. I like organized this for all of us to be here together to do this.
Nobody
and
said anything.
You guys fucking hate each other? Like, I thought you were best friends.
Thanks for telling me.
But
right?
by the end of the trip, they're best friends again. You know what I mean?
they
Like,
love-
not
they
even
love
by the
each
end of the
other.
trip.
They
Maybe
love
the
each
first night. But in the beginning, I was like, mind blown. I didn't know this relationship. I was like, this
Too
is
funny.
fucking insane. Like,
The whole package, mate. Bacos, Jarvis, Lacey, Bruno. They all just they're such brothers. They know what buttons to push, and they hit hard instantly. And it's just like, oh, it's on now.
yeah, they're
Day
brothers.
2, they press some buttons, and it's just firing shots left, right, and center. And then now I've been on the team. They're just getting me too.
That's what I was gonna say. Do they have your button?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just fucking.
It's
bang.
probably hard
It's
with
just like
you
this.
though, because you're such like if someone fucks with you, you're not really gonna. You just
You're
laugh.
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever had
They do.
have you had a meltdown on it?
Not on the trip.
No, on the
just kind of Rich. Like, film this. Fuck over here. Like,
Oh.
stop fucking filming some art over there. Like, come on, we're doing real tricks here.
I love it. Rich's like little behind the scenes Instagrams that he was posting for a little bit really show like if you kind of dissect them and how much he's like Lacey's doing that curve rail and he's going over and he's just like filming Bacos or something. He's like filming Bacos so much. He's filming other stuff so much. And you think about it from Lacey's point of view where he's like, motherfucker, I cannot trust this dude.
Yeah.
To be looking at me when I go, and if he fucking misses the one after I'm 80 tries deep, yeah,
Button head.
yeah, it's
But
pretty funny.
That's how they don't talk
Rich
for
is
a
an
month.
artist, mate. Because, like, I don't know. The silent video that come out, was it silent? It was a monster one. And it was Jordan and Felix. And it was Cape Town footage.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was there. And I'm just losing my mind. Because I, like, basically in this new monster video, I went to pull across gap to a ledge. And, like, just rammed my little pinky into the corner of this ledge. And I thought I'd deleted my finger. Like, I thought it was gone.
oh,
I flipped it over and it was purple on the bottom and I'm
That's so
losing
slow,
it, like booting my helmet, like over and over, screaming. It's like Australian shit,
yeah,
yelling.
yeah,
Anyway, this video comes out. I didn't know about it. There's just me. I'm no riding clips. I'm in this monster video, just booting this monster helmet, swearing my head off, booting this man, fucking booting. I'm like, Rich, what are you doing? Like, why am I in this video yelling and screaming, looking like chucking a tantrum, looking like an idiot? He goes, no. People know you're on the trip and they know that something's coming. I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
okay, I guess. Still, I look like I'm chucking a tantrum, but there is a video coming,
Yeah,
and I get
yeah.
his little,
No, it's genius
his
because
little
in that
art mind to it. It's
in that video
cool.
when I see that I'm like, oh, there's some Boyd clips coming up, and it goes straight back to like Alex D or
Yeah.
whoever the next rider is, and you're like, huh. And when you see your part now,
yeah,
he'll probably use that clip.
it is in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna make you go, oh, Boyd was on those trips filming for his own
I'm
thing.
like, mate, do I have to chuck a tantrum in this?
No, you look
video?
nuts. You kick
Yeah.
your
Here's my,
helmet.
here's my
and there's
intro to a monster video.
just Boyd-
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to Monster. Boom.
Boyd's
Toe
one
punch
clip in the
thing.
video. He's
Yeah.
punting his helmet.
What about Brisbane? I feel like that. Let's talk about Rich in Brisbane. I feel like we never discussed
silly
that.
stream. Yeah, that got under my skin. Just because, like, we do the cash up in Brisbane. The Oz one kind of like fell through the first year. The
Yeah.
second one, we finally get it done. Like, it's happening. Lux has put it on, like,
Yeah,
Lux
let's
has
talk
put it on
about
their
Lux,
back,
too.
basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Lux jam with monster bucks.
Yeah.
Really. And Timbo and Mitch and the boys over there, like, they put in a lot of effort. They moved the warehouse, made room, built the ramp in there, and then we got to premiere the video. But whatever, like, Oz is not it's rich full of spots, but they're very spread out. You know, so to make like a street jam where you can like link them all together, it's pretty hard. So we're cutting rails, we're doing shit to make it all happen. And then there's the Jimmer rail that we thought got taken down. He'd tried to X-ride it over and like.
Here's the rail jam setup that they made.
This is the indoor thing that they set up just to like, you know, it's not a real street setup, but it was like for everyone to go there and ride and then have some beers. Like it's just an ending destination.
Yeah.
Like Lux, man, they know what they're doing. Lenny, the future.
So good.
Yeah,
Watch
crazy.
it. Watch this. He's the man. But basically there was this rail and Jimmo had been trying to get this clip, and then construction fences went up, and we was like, oh, it's gone. So Biggie put out the B-roll thing. Like he was just trying to X tires down this like bowling ball rail
It's like the
setup, I guess.
I never noticed this.
I don't know. It's a weird setup, but I feel like everyone.
A fat rail with like two
There it is.
Yeah.
smaller rails on top.
Found it.
Anyway, comes like a week or two before the jam, and it's just opened back up, and it's not gone. I'm like, oh well, it's on the way. Let's just go and then see if Jimmer does it.
Yeah.
You know,
And it was like a
Poor
setup.
Jimmer.
It was
a setup.
Yeah.
Jim is a man. He's given it a look, but he's like, mate, I just can't bring myself to do it. Anyway, the Seki's on us, and then there was some silly string, and Rich was like, oh, that looks funny and cool. Went and grabbed it and silly string the Seki.
The vibe is like so good all day, you know, like even so you had like
the
the
vibe
cheering
was still good with the silly string. It was just as like a, you know, for everybody else there, super funny and epic, but Monster and Lux involved, it was like, oh shit. Like I just felt like this is the boys, like we went too far here.
I should have.
Is that guy getting mad at the security?
Dude, he's losing it.
Because he's on your guys' side?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So
what happened
basically,
with the silly string?
So
I've heard
basically,
this
what
story,
happens
I
is
think.
like the security guard.
You couldn't put the footage in here?
No, I had to take the footage
Was
out.
that crazy?
No, it's actually not crazy at all.
That's not too
By
crazy.
American standards, it is absolutely fucking hilarious. It has no. What is that sound? Getting some fucking. There we go. All right. By American standards, it's absolutely hilarious, and nothing would ever come of it. But Australian standards, I think, is a little bit different. I think
basically there's Lux monster logos everywhere.
Yeah.
They know, like it's not that big of a place. They can track it down, and this guy was fired up.
That security guard with his face blurred right there?
He was
so.
fired
He was like
up.
he was like calling the police, and I'm filming him, and then at one point you just see this. He's like on the phone, and you see this sneaky little finger come through, and it just hits the end button while he's like on the phone. And it's like these little kids, these like little shits, like little fucking 14, 15-year-old kids that are just like kind of fucking with him. And for some reason, they have silly string, and they just light him up. And he's like so fired up where you could see he's shaking, and he's just like kind of distraught, and it's kind of sad, but really fucking funny too. You know, like one of those, like, it's harmless. It's a, you know, like, of course, you shouldn't spray somebody with silly string, all that stuff. But also, dude could have walked away at any point. Like, hey, I'm calling the police. When they show up, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
And then that would have been it. It's always that choice that he made. He had a choice to hang out, and the consequence of it was he got silly string, which is fucking hilarious.
The disrespect on that is
just
insane.
Hilarious. You know, like, and you watch it, you know, like the next day they're like, oh my God, look at the footage. Here he is. He gets sprayed by silly string. You know, like there's all these like scenarios. So Rich, in his video mind, is that he's covering the event, and this happens, and I don't think he films it right. So he's like, hey kid, let me get the silly string.
Yeah.
And he replicates it via like the monster social media and sprays the security guard.
I don't know if it was on the monster one or his personal one, but
maybe it was a cash up or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I watched it happen. I was like, mate, no. You're a fucking full-grown male. Like, it's bad enough these young kids that, like, aren't really going to get in trouble for doing it. Like, you're fucking not from here. You're taking it way too far.
Everybody knows who he is, dude.
I'm laughing now, but then I was, like, seeing red. I was like,
I was dying
if this
laughing.
comes back on Lux, I'm going to be so mad at you.
Yeah. That's
just
because
I know him well and the family share. I was like, brother, nah, this is over. This is it. Anyway. Got him out of there, got the crew out of there.
Yeah. It just turned in this like
and it was
shit
fine.
storm.
Nothing happened in the end. It was
Yeah.
fine, but it was just like
Rich was
When
so
he grabbed him
Rich,
by the neck,
Rich
man.
went home. He was about to book a flight home. He was calling lawyers.
Yeah,
like he was so
Rich?
worried.
Running
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
like,
hills, man.
I'm like,
Why?
dude, I'm like, because he got the fear put in him. You know,
because
like,
everyone's scared
we
of
we roused him. For
but
it.
then I was like the American who's just like, dude, you're fucking fine. It's silly string. Like, don't worry about anything. Nothing happened. You're good.
I don't know. I
Like,
was just mad at him.
yeah, he was getting destroyed. I felt
see
bad
your
for
side
him.
of it,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Where you'd be like, dude, like, why did you do that, Rich?
Yeah, Lux didn't need to do it.
Rich is down in Australia. It's Disneyland though.
Yeah.
Some little kids doing it. He's like, I can see how he's
It
just
looked like it,
"Woohoo."
mate. It looked
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
Didn't-
get this guy in the face too.
Didn't
Someone used to clip eventually.
they?
You'd
put-
have to be in
yeah.
a foreign country kind of feel like
But I
Disneyland
swear
vibes to
to
do
you,
something like
the
that.
day
Like,
kick-
you know, because you would never do that in your home.
It's funny
Just
how
goes-
that happens. Yeah, when you travel, it's just like a different place.
And he saw the kids doing it, so he's like, let me get him again. Like, dude, that guy could have hit you with a fucking nightstick.
But the day kicked on, man, and
Here it
this
is.
is the spot here. But we kept pushing.
There he
and-
is.
Yeah, he got done in. And he was
I mean, that's
so
pretty
mad
funny.
already.
That's pretty funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
He was so mad, dude. Anyway, the day kept kicking, and we went to the famous rail, the
That is
Botanical
funny,
Gardens.
Yeah.
silly string people.
Mate,
Because it's really so harmless, but it's
So
so
harmless.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
we need to
What
put
is
some
that?
Botanical
It's
Gardens
okay. I
footage
mean,
in,
honestly,
because
yeah.
that was a
Right.
session.
Yeah.
This, mate, all like the wing crew, the Grommies. There's Tim. He's the man behind the jam. Like, this is the best spot in Brisbane, and it's been
Yeah.
jammed a million times, but this, the Monster crew and everyone, like, it was going off.
Yeah,
It was good. I came away from this jam being really psyched at like the young fucking killers that you guys have,
Yeah.
because like it was good riding from like the dudes you would expect, of course.
Yeah.
But then like there was so many dudes that were just like his first hanger on a rail or
Yeah.
something like that, or a second one, but it's on a fucking massive. Like, shout out to Linda because that thing is fucking big and she
Yeah.
took a beating on it. But it was really cool to see like a younger generation
Oh, man,
legitimately involved and legitimately like bringing the vibe to the entire event.
There's like a young Brisbane crew called like the Ween crew, and they're going for it right now.
Yeah.
They are I'm in a group chat with them every night. They're getting out, like, and they just showed up. You know what I mean? Like Will did the whip off that.
Yeah.
And Lacey's like he tries something, and Lacey's yelling, and bad boy, bad
Yeah, yeah.
boy. Starts a chant, and he gets up there. He's going for it. I think this might be the clips here. But mate, like
Yeah.
the
And he was like
vibes-
wanted to give up.
Look,
he wanted to give up.
He
and
was
Lacey,
over
like,
it.
made it happen.
But Lacey's
Yeah.
yelling at him. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah.
Lacey yells at you. Like he probably shouldn't be doing that, but he did it.
Yeah.
Like you need momentum to whip off something that
Yeah.
high, and he did it slow with a crowd of people right there.
Mm-hmm.
And look at it, mate. It's going off.
It was very cool. It was super cool for just the whole day, the whole experience, and it was well done. You know, and I'm giving you credit, but like Lux
it's
as well,
Tim and
because
Lux.
like seeing Lux's, yeah, I mean, and then Gemma, of course.
This
like,
shit's
yeah,
going down.
Yeah.
I was worried to have like the last stop.
Dude,
the
I thought he was
grand-
like bailing on a bar pegs. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was
yeah,
Jim.
the grand final,
was
the final to be in Oz. I was like, oh mate, we're pretty busty with cops down here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like your guys' jams where they work with you. You know, they work against you. And yeah, it pulled together. It happened, and it was epic.
Yeah, I kind of that's my fisheye clip, and I kind of flinch because I thought he was. I kind of
Gonna
thought
get
it was
a
the
peg-
same
gonna
thing.
get a
Yeah, I
peg to
thought
the
he was
head.
letting go. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
That-
the level of Australian riders. Like they go in for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gemma's like
There's so many.
jam master too. He's like
Thrives
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
which is, people in front of, like, what am I trying to say? Like, in like
Energy.
a jam format,
Energy.
people go like, oh, I don't want to ride.
Yeah.
He goes,
He feeds off of it. Yeah.
he glows. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
He comes forward every time.
that was the first one, the street series. When did you go to that one?
The Adelaide or Melbourne? I wasn't
Melbourne.
I wasn't at either of those.
Oh, okay. The Melbourne one is the one that I went to, and it was like they were just like James, get it, Jimmy, all day long, because he was riding all day too, and it was
He's
just
got
like
something
this.
for every spot.
Yeah, it was
Even
fucking
if it's
cool,
bar
man.
spin and step
Yeah.
over it. He's doing it.
Yeah, too funny. That was I don't know. I guess going from the shop aspect, because you had Lux, but then you guys have like another shop, like I think you're called Blue Groove, that's like trail specific, also in Brisbane, and then you had Backbone, which is now changed. It's not
the same area,
but kind of the same area, right? So it was like you guys have all these cool shops throughout Australia that are like actually doing this stuff,
building scenes.
Yeah.
Like, without them, it's not going to keep going.
Yeah. Very cool.
And you know what area you're in because there'll be a big sticker on the frame. Like, that's territory. There'll be Lux, and there'll be Strictly, and there'll be Backbone, it'll be local in WA. Like, there's distinct zones, and everyone reps their like shop in their area.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Epic.
Yeah,
It's been a bit harder in the last few years, but
Yeah.
that's how it is right now. But everyone's running it straight and keeping it going. Lux is going nuts, man. Like,
Super cool to see that shop and just like meet, like I've seen that logo for fucking ever, but I've no like secondary representation, there's like, I just see the logo, it's a shop, that's it, so
like every 2 months they're doing like a local crew, or one of the boys is having like a premiere there just for the sake of it, and they're just getting everyone in there. And like same with that day, you got to premiere my video.
Yeah.
Like I've never done a full-on video prem, or like you see that shit over here,
yeah,
always want to be part of it. Never quite happened because always miss the big full-length videos, but we got to make a video and put some time in it. Me and
Hey,
Biggie.
you're in this Odyssey one.
Yeah, I'm in it.
You do it.
Made it.
Do it.
Is
It's
it
a
coming on
big
DVD or what? No, but whatever,
know.
it doesn't matter.
Maybe,
It doesn't
they
matter.
make-
But yeah,
make a few of them.
got to work on a video for a while, and then everyone was in Oz for that, and got to premiere out there. It was pretty
Fuck yeah.
pretty
Very
special.
cool.
It was cool.
So 2 questions: how long did you film? And then second question after a small burp was where does the name come from?
So let's round it up. Maybe 2 years, I'd say,
Okay.
between trips, and like I'm getting better at it now, but I'm pretty like, I don't know, I can't do something the week before I fly out, or when I go home I want a couple of days to chill.
Yeah.
So it's like quite hard to work on a project at home when you know that spot's not going anywhere, or you think that spot's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, I got to do this because I'm going home tomorrow. Like it's harder to film at home than on trips for sure. So like working on this, it was very like gradual, and then at the end I was like, cash up, I'm fucking putting it out then, and then we just went nuts. Like
Having the deadline.
every chance I could, and that pushed me over the line to keep going. And then what was your second question?
The No More Bets. What's the name? Or the origin
Yeah,
of the name?
basically when I was freshly 18, Jason didn't have his license, and I would drive up to Brisbane, pick him up, ride all day, and then Biggie would be filming him. That's how we come as a crew, all hanging out. And then it turned into like, I was 18, so I can go out, started drinking, partying, whatnot. I mean, Biggie loves a casino, and we're always at the casino, and roulette's a game.
Mm-hmm.
We're always there playing roulette, and the deal is always like, no more bets. And it was just always a joke between us, like, got the clip, no more bets, like just always bring it back to the casino. It was a bit of a laugh, We're not serious gamblers in any way, but it's just a bit of a laugh, and it's a heritage
Jason?
of like hanging out together, Well, yeah, I'm a young pup hanging out with Jason and Biggie, and they're just like, yeah, we go roulette. I'm like 18, no money.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Jason's giving me some money for Petty to drive him to Gold to pick him up so we can go ride for the day, like, because Jason never had his license for years.
That's insane.
Oh yeah, Scorpion.
And you were good.
Oh, I guess so. No,
As good as you could.
I was as good as it gets. I got a
Yeah.
king to neck, but basically for that Odyssey video where I blew my knee out,
Yeah.
we were there, but somebody seen us jumping the fence at that king corral, and it was during COVID times, and they called and said like, oh, there's people climbing fences in the school, they shouldn't be doing that. So cops showed up, and there's footage, Biggie has it, like where I'm grinding the rail, and you can hear in the background they're talking to the cops, and I'm just like, nah, like next one, just going up and down this thing, getting smoked, same thing. Anyway, tried to go back for this video, and then Scorpion at the bottom.
Fuck.
Yeah, look,
Pretty
right
bad.
on the
I
shoulder.
think I
Leave
put
it.
that one to bed.
Yeah, leave
that
it.
One's I got one of the boys to drive me home.
What do you tell yourself before you're doing stuff? I mean, do you ride big stuff all the time? Do you are you pretty confident in yourself, or do you self-convince yourself?
You build up this like inner confidence, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the more
You got it. Like
the more you like stretch it, you're like, oh, I don't think I can do that, and you do it, and you, oh, I don't think I can do that. Oh,
Yeah.
I can you know, you build it up, and then sometimes like, I don't know if I can do it, but you don't know unless you try.
Yeah.
I guess that's how I've gotten
But
to
you know you're
trying these rails
Yeah.
or anything, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's all just gradual,
Yeah.
you know. I mean,
A slow build. I'm always
Yeah.
amazed when I watch you ride. I'm just like, dude, like you do it so easy, and it's just like, that's crazy. How do you believe you got that?
and I guess a couple of things is coming from park, you know. It might be big, but I also look at it as like more airtime. Easier to get the trick done because you're more airtime,
Yeah, true.
I guess.
It's a good
Yeah,
mentality.
I can't relate
Yeah,
in
good
any sense.
mentality.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I think it's funny how the shit he says, because I feel like when me and you are watching him, we're saying the same things.
How did
you guys
do
are
that?
like brothers from, you know,
It's seriously
across the
though,
ocean.
like, I don't know.
Like,
It's
they're
been a
literally-
while now.
like
we
me and
were
him have been
trips
sitting
together.
like on this trip saying the same shit about him. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy. Like, how does he even think of that and like think he can do it and then he just does it?
But we're like two peas in a pot. Like,
Yeah.
This whole trip, like we're here for 2 weeks and rooming together the whole time. We're just laughing.
Yeah,
this,
you guys
that,
are like,
talking about
you guys
spots.
are like brothers. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Ride different spots, talk about it different ways, and then like laugh about surfing, do that, and then like, you know what I mean? It's somehow we are just like brothers from completely different places.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
It's-
I mean, you go back far enough.
you are brothers.
it's my brother.
You go back far enough. I think maybe
Brothers
you
from
guys
other
could
mothers.
line up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
sorry,
Back in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Bus clip.
6 grandpas
Little-
ago.
Yeah, little.
It's the same
Maybe
grandpa.
we need
ancestral.
Dales. Cheers to my life.
Cheers to my
You
life.
can get-
Oh, this is
Yeah,
nuts. We're
you can
leading
have
up to this.
Albert can deliver you a warm one.
Fresh.
Warm
fresh
Dales
warm
are
one.
Warm Dales are still good.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Ooh,
There you go.
Yeah.
Probably getting
Secret.
red faced now.
Yeah.
Beers are adding up.
Palm Springs, we're all red faced.
Yeah.
Here we go, just chilling. Got the clip, dude. Your fucking friend didn't look for cars.
Basically, you can see the ground's like slick. It's raining. So this is like one of the only spots where we can
That
ride.
was almost it, dude. That was almost gone. Another fucking legend almost
100%.
gone.
That truck was flying.
I gotta do
That was a bus.
Yeah.
It was a bus. Yeah.
Truck was crazy, but
Basically,
bus,
it was raining. There was nothing else to do. It was like a late over. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go ride this, and we're all jamming it. Like, we're all riding. I think it was a Sunday, so there's less buses going. We had one of the boys in the street, Josh Newman, one of my good mates, but he's in the street watching it, and it just nothing came. We were riding it for like an hour and a half, and I think he just got comfortable, and he's just like, oh yeah, and then as I land it, like, tried it like 20, 30 times, and then the one.
It is a lot of the bus.
Oh
you
my
caught
God.
every single
foot
inch
goes
of that
in the
fucking
gutter.
in the gutter with the tire,
I touch the front of the bus. I push myself off it as much as I can.
and you literally like.
I
could've
fall
been in
into the
street.
gutter, but look, you can see I got the white shoes. Thankfully, I just put my foot sideways, which matches the gutter, and the wheel just goes straight by. Look, I get twisted up a bit. Oh shit, I'm falling in. Foot goes in, right where the wheel is. All good. Homie gets out. Bus driver's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. I didn't see you. I'm like, "Dude, not your fault. I'm
Yeah.
fucking around. I crash into you." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry." Done. That's
So,
it.
is
Right,
that a-
he goes?
Wild.
Is that
Sorry,
a-
but that should have been the intro clip. That's like should not be in the
Yeah.
middle of the video. That is
Honestly, I went
fucking
home.
insane.
I went home that night and I was still like rattled. But just like, "What's up?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't know.
Dude.
Watch this."
Watching it in slow-mo,
I
like-
didn't even want to show my.
There's not
girlfriend.
even that much
Like,
area to land. Like
Yeah.
watch it in slow mo again. one
it's
more time.
wet. Like you also can't.
This is the fucking
stop.
Instagram clip for this episode.
Dude, it is.
Well,
it's
Bridge
freaky.
lost
seeing-
her mind. She's like, "Can I send
Look
it
at
to
that,
my
like,
mom?"
you-
And I'm like, "No,
Dude,
like
you
I hate
barely-
this
you
clip."
barely have a little pad. Land it. Okay, I'm gonna roll into the street. Oh, let's not
How
roll
did
into
you
the
even
fucking
see it?
street.
Dude. If you were like a tenth of a second later, you would have got
Oh
smoked.
my god.
Yeah, because I feel like he would have kept rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Or
I've
earlier,
never
earlier.
watched it in slow mo because I hate the clip so much.
Oh, I'm sure you
Like,
do. Yeah.
I was so
That's
rattled.
really crazy.
I was rattled.
That clip is insane.
And so is
Straight
that
up
that's not
insane.
that's a bus lane?
Yeah, that's a bus.
So
So
cars-
no cars going
Yeah.
through there the
Yeah.
whole time. Like literally
Yeah.
nothing. Just the one time when I landed, that bus was there. Because Newman was there, he was watching it, and like I was just giving some slack. No buses came.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
slipped under him, you know.
Fucking hell.
And like it wasn't just me riding the spot too. The Ween boys were there. They were
Yeah.
riding.
Yeah.
Like it was like a full on jam sesh.
That's insane.
Yeah. Lived to tell the tale. Got to go to X Games after that.
Thank God.
You know
Yeah,
what
it was
I mean?
meant to
That
be.
was-
Meant to be just a crazy clip.
That's what I mean. This shit was like 2 years before.
In real
before
time,
Monster and after Monster. This one.
Yeah, in real time you can't. I mean, it looks spooky, but like the details of
Catches
how
you.
close it is.
Yeah, sick ass line. Dead.
Moments. Yeah,
Alive.
Dude, I can't believe you saw it.
yeah, yeah.
I guess it
reality,
was just
yeah.
like
peripheral or something.
you always know when you go on the street.
Yeah, you could have been
But
like.
I'm
second-
rattled now. I've got this weird thing when I might not even be going into the street, but if there's a bus on the street and I'm riding a spot, I just don't go.
That makes
It's
sense.
so
It
cool.
makes so much sense.
And I'm like, nah, don't worry about that.
yeah.
And now I've spoke about it, it's way worse now. But like, it's a thing.
Nobody's gonna blame you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
No injuries at all. Chilling.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
Went and
Fucking
got food and drove home.
Yeah.
All good. Back to the Goldie. Because I was in Brisbane.
Insane.
Um.
Let's talk about you wrote a contest, the biggest prize purse contest of all time in history of BMX.
Yeah, I guess. I was
It is.
there.
That is. You
Yeah,
wrote
that
that shit.
Japan contest. Got to ride 2 of them.
Going from street jams to street video parts to also riding the biggest part contest of all time.
I weasel my way in there all the time, don't I? Somehow I just pop up at these
Wait,
things.
he won it.
No.
No.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
wish.
You damn near did. I think I was
Damn,
on
I'd
a-
have a house and
I think
shit.
I was on a trip with the Federal Boys while you were doing that.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
we
you
were
had
all
that
cheering
crazy
for
fucking
you. The
line,
whip,
right?
I was like, come on, this is it. Like, I have a chance at this much money. I'm going to go fucking nuts.
What was up with that contest first? Like,
It was...
because people don't even know that. We were just talking to Calvin about it, and we had to explain it. You did.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was just... It popped up. It was a Japanese contest. And, like, you know, between translation, you know, I don't really understand it. But they're like, we're going to pay for everything, fly you out, put you in a hotel, and then build this course. And we're going to... That's...
Dude.
And then, like, have a full-blown comp. And it was like...
Yo, you were on one. What the fuck?
what?
that?
You know I was
Crazy.
fucking not drinking before this one. And so, like, you know, just... I put all my eggs in basket. I was like, let's fucking go.
You whip
Let's
it too,
do
don't
this.
you? I forgot. Wow.
But the way that contest worked, it was like, yeah, it was like a 100K for first or whatever. And then it was like, fuck all for second, basically. It was like, you got to be
It was
in
still
it.
25 grand for second.
Yeah,
which is
but it was like all on the winner.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
you
still
go big or
X
go.
Games gold for second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
big or go.
But you want that 100 grand. That's why
Yeah.
you're fucking going. Everyone's going nuts, dude.
And so
Lupos
the
won.
It was
Yep.
Lupos won, but it was out the points was like your run was out of 100 and then a best trick out of 20.
Hmm.
So
like,
Pat
it was
did
a-
the 180 triple whip over the huge
Yeah.
thing.
And like it just basically just like it added like a new layer. So it was like
So like skate.
yeah, I guess so. You had the chance to make up what
Yeah.
you couldn't in that, or you had the chance to extend if you didn't. It was pretty cool.
So what were the vibes like there? Did everyone kind of like
Cutthroat.
kind of crazy, huh?
No,
like yo,
no-
like
no
one
one
of
was
us is
saying-
winning 100 grand after this weekend.
I hate to put him on blast, but Sandoval was freaking running me up. Because I did, in the qualifying day, I did the bar spin drop in, and I got 18 points. And he had a double decade or something. Might have landed sitting down, not quite as crisp, but got like a 16 points for his best trick. The next day, he's like, he was just losing it. He goes, mate, he's like, watch this bar spin drop in, get 18 points, rah, rah. And he did it, he said it right before, like, I wrote off for my best trick. And I looked at Pat and I was like, fuck this guy. Let's go. Like, I'm doing this right now. Because I was going to bar it, get 18 points. Cool. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Done. Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, fuck this guy. I'm fucking whipping this shit right now. Got me all mad, went up there and
Sick.
laced it. Because I
So
realized if I
huge, dude.
just slid out, I had another go to get the whip.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And really, that
Oh,
was
was
the
that
right
the triple
choice.
right there?
And I fucking landed it, and I was like, yeah. And I looked at Pat, and I was like, yes. Like, just, you know what I mean? Buzzing.
Yeah.
Sandoval's a good dude, but I was like, God, I'm
Oh,
out.
he's
I'm out
he's a
for him.
competitive. He's a competitive motherfucker.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
one of those guys.
Yeah.
But-
Come do the podcast, pussy.
I know. There's no
Yeah.
questions. What's
Somebody
up with
sends
that,
it-
dude?
when
There's
somebody
no,
sends
there's
this
no
to you.
questions why that's high scoring. 'Cause it's fucked up. You don't even understand that. Then Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, using the course and doing something
Yeah.
fucking wild.
It
It's
was
something you
like,
can learn in a
it
foam
was like
pit.
pop
Yeah.
up, land, like loaded. Like,
Yes, everyone can
Yeah.
see it.
like
If you can't
coaster
understand
loaded,
why that
land
gets good
on
points,
the gas, 2 pedals.
you don't know what's going
Flick.
down.
Yeah.
Like No, that's unacceptable.
I was shooting bricks, but I was like,
fucking whip.
it was
you
like,
get even
honestly,
higher.
thank you, Sandoval, for pissing me off. It's just fucking, you made me do this. Oh, God.
So
The next
I
one,
know.
So
but
what place did you get in?
fourth.
That down whip was so sick.
That-
You
I-
got fourth.
crazy.
In my
So was it-
actual
I-
run, I slipped my
You
foot.
slipped your foot. I remember because we were watching and we're like, dude, Boyd is gonna
I
win
slipped my
this.
foot.
Like, he's gonna fucking win this crazy contest. And I remember, you slipped your foot, and it was like, no,
Yeah, basically.
you had the chance to win this with everything you had going on
Yeah,
with
you're
the
gonna
whip,
tell me again,
with your
yeah.
runs. It's okay. Now you're still doing it good.
Yeah.
It would have made your life different. You know,
I remember I was like, no, like slipped the foot. I was like,
that's what
I didn't even
happens.
know. I was like, I don't even know, but you don't know unless you try.
Yeah.
Have a fucking good solid crack.
Yep.
Dude, whatever you do, just have
Yep.
a good crack. Because that's all I was doing there. And I had the chance to win 100 grand.
Did Lubos get paid?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay,
It
all
really
right.
went down.
All right, all
This
right.
shit
I was
really
making sure
happened.
because
Pretty sure he
thought
bought
I
a
heard
house.
I thought I heard something like that he was a little dodgy afterward. He didn't know if it was actually. Gonna
I
go
went to
through.
the after
You would-
party and there was a tatted up guy there. And I think he was the guy paying.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
Fair
I asked
play,
him, I was
yeah.
like, why is the prize money like this? And he goes, if you ain't first, you're last. Translated to a guy, but that was basically what he said.
Ricky Bobby.
Yep.
Japanese Ricky Bobby.
That's what I got out of it, and I was like, damn, I respect the shit out of that. Because, mate, it turned everyone up. It
Exactly.
literally
He's like, I got
leveled
this
up.
much money. Because you say this $100,000 contest, it looks so much better than like, all right, let's break it down. You know, like
Yeah.
it's $50,000, $40,000, $30,000. He's like,
Adds
fucking
up.
you. The 25,000 for second place is dope.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make people whip off that shit.
People start
To get
throwing.
that 100
People
grand,
start
man.
throwing tricks at the wall.
You guys all look like superhumans in that contest. You
mate,
know,
Pat was getting bodied, mate. He was
Of
just
course.
sanding.
the 180 triple whip over that was like a 7-foot
He-
spine with a deck on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just going for it. He's like, get out there and film it. And like the live stream, he's like, film it. I'm like, all right.
It's like if I ain't getting that 100K, I'm getting a viral clip. Right
Yeah,
now.
if I'm going down, at least it's a clip.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So it was two years that you did that?
Yeah, and then that was the first one. A second one, I don't know if it was the same layout cash-wise, because
Yeah.
that was the one
Yeah.
that was really talked about. And the second one, made finals just because all the
Just.
Japanese kids worked out how to ride BMX and nearly knocked me out in qualifying. Maybe I got a bit dusty too.
You
But
never know.
It wasn't for 100K. You're like,
Yeah.
been there, done that. I'm not fighting for 50K.
What place? What place does Sandoval get?
Couldn't tell you. But I ended up doing like demos for them and stuff. Just through them, like Japan's the best place ever, man. I love that place. And then leading on to the X-Games shit as well, like best country ever. Love that place.
Yeah.
And like doing demos there, this shit.
Same
and the
time
X-Games.
zone.
Yep.
That's
8
why.
hours up, 1 hour difference. It's just like,
You do
I don't
get
know.
jet
I've
lagged.
got like a little bit of a fucking. I'm like kind of known there somehow. They just all the kids are like losing it all the time. They're signing shirts and shit.
They
See my
say I'm
video.
big in Japan.
Yeah.
Well,
Say,
so even
Boyd
like
is
that,
big in Japan.
the X Games last year, was it? The Japan last year where there was the signing thing and there's like girls crying and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's
For
like,
Jose.
oh, they're crying for Jose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not me.
Yeah, this girl was
Probably
crying
cute.
in the whole line. I'm like, who's she crying for? Anybody? Everybody? And
Where
they're
was
like,
this?
At Japan.
Oh.
And she
It
is
was right.
Yeah, she was just bawling.
Jose
It's like,
Torres.
yeah, for Jose.
Maligno.
Yeah,
It was for him because he's like the
Olympic. Yeah,
guy.
yeah. So pretty funny. It's a crazy. I love Japan. Japan's my favorite place.
Remember practice when our practice was just while a boy band was playing
Oh,
with
yeah.
like under spotlights.
Yeah.
And the course is just like spotlit a little bit, and we're just riding practice, and it got like 10 degrees hotter.
Yeah.
We're inside the stadium, and there's just a boy band on, and just Japanese people just flashing lights. And we're riding practice. Just, it happened. I don't know what. I know you're shaking your head. I don't know.
No,
trying
sounds
to-
crazy.
I
but
don't
it
know
sounds
how
like
to
some shit you
describe
get
it.
into when you're.
Didn't we have- yeah,
riding
there
a
we go.
Foreign X Games.
Ah, shit. What's the thumbnail? I'm gonna have to go to edit video. This-
Fudge,
there you go.
you're losing. Like, oh, do something on this round.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
it right there. So
spotlit.
you got the thumbnail on the YouTubes.
Yeah, see, that was
Yeah.
we were riding practice, and,
And that's
course
the
looked
boy
like
band.
that.
But they had like spotlight features on the course, and I'm like, oh my god, let's shoot photos right now. like, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? And I
That's pretty
made
sick,
over on
man.
I went to the park course too. Like made dudes do shit over there too.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
the photos were. I mean, like as far as photos go at X Games, like indoor
good
too.
as-
That's
good
about
as
as good as
it's
it
gonna
gets. So,
Keep them indoors, honestly. Don't roll the dice.
Indoors always good.
yeah,
Don't roll the dice.
yeah.
Win,
Are you going to
friend.
you're going to Osaka then?
Yeah,
I assume.
Osaka,
And then
in
Salt
like
Lake.
3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Osaka, and then straight to Salt Lake City the weekend after.
Yeah, Salt Lake
You're
City.
not going to stay
back.
for a few days after an SD.
Yeah, maybe.
You said it. You said you made your plans today.
Yeah,
You just haven't booked tickets.
that was on book tickets.
It's scheduled.
Booked it.
Booked.
He's plugging his YouTube over here.
He's staying for big shit.
Yeah. There's X Games. There's X Games, and then there's Games of Black.
We're not sure which
There's
one's
levels.
bigger, but I think y'all know.
There's levels to this shit. Jason Watts is going down.
Yeah. But hell yeah, Boyd,
Watts is going to be.
you've been
here.
killing it in general. Cheers to you, man.
Are you trying to end it?
Well, I mean, we can, or we can keep it going. I was gonna just say cheers for being the fucking man. and
Oh,
then
okay.
What's going into the future? Because we've been talking about the past.
Well, I
It's
was
nice
gonna.
to talk
I was
the
gonna ask
present and
about.
the future.
I had helmet because
Yeah,
street
I
stuff.
guess.
Helmet. Like I feel like that is
Yeah.
something that, especially. I mean,
That's present.
I was thinking about that since.
I think we just
honestly,
need to bring it to
since-
present,
since
you know?
federal. Like
Yeah.
because I feel like that crew, Lacey, you think of them being like kind of a hard ass, and then
Knock it
you
off my head.
You're
No,
getting
no.
in, you're getting in the van, and you're like got the helmet strapped to the backpack, like
Nah, those boys are respectful, and it seriously comes from like Oz. To ride to school,
yeah,
you got to wear a helmet in Australia. To ride in the street, you have to have a helmet. You can get a helmet ticket. So basically, I always rode to school as a kid.
and it's adults, it's not just kids, right?
No, it's everybody. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's
It
a-
doesn't cut off.
That
at
was the thing
18.
for the Brisbane thing was like yeah, the police may actually just
Shut it down.
pull us over for helmets.
That's
And,
why.
like,
They're
that's
strict
crazy.
out there.
It is full like.
Yeah.
helmets. And it's for good riddance. I think like
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
know when you're gonna fall over and hit your head. Like
Yeah,
it could
Tony
be a
Nine.
car, it could be
Yeah.
a bus, it could be a car, whatever. Like I think helmets are the
Could be a
go.
hole in
Like
the
kids wear your helmets.
yeah,
Shit happens. You might not know it's coming.
yeah,
And yeah, so
Everything else
basically-
can usually heal, but a brain not healing ain't good.
yeah.
No. And I basically just like always wore it and just riding skate parks. It made sense. And then I was like, well, I'm not just going to go into the streets and take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel kind of like peace. You know what I mean? You put it on, you ride.
It's a good question because I don't even think about him as like it's just so normal, you know.
There's people that
Yeah.
are like
Like,
you know,
look at 'em
there's
like, oh, he's
me,
got-
there's Donachie, there's others. Like, I don't know if there's kids thinking that like, oh yeah, no, it's not cool. It's like, just go through it. You know what I mean? You just be one of those people and they forget about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Now people look at me when I ride, they don't even think about it. Oh, maybe they do, but
No, you don't
know. I
because you
give a
don't know
shit.
you
It's
don't
not
know
changing.
you don't know like another Boyd. It's just like that's you with the helmet on.
And if you take it off or wear it for some half, like, yeah, cool, you can do that thing, but run it straight through, mate. Safety first.
I think also though too, like you have a helmet that looks cool on you. A lot of people just put like some helmet that doesn't fit them and it looks super goofy, and then
Yeah.
they rock it. It's like a helmet's also like your clothing. Like
Yeah.
find one that you like that fits you good. You know what I mean?
Find the right
That's
one.
like a big thing. Like it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that guy looks goofy in a helmet. It's like yeah, because he just fucking bought one and just rocked it instead of being
Yeah.
like, this
There-
one is in my style.
You gotta find the right helmet for the melon, you know.
Exactly.
But,
It's like hats. Like you know, everyone doesn't wear the same hat. That's a huge thing with helmets.
yeah. And seriously, that was like my mum all the way through. Like if you know, as a kid, you take it off, and then maybe she's seen a video or something. My mum was just like,
Bop.
nah.
Yeah.
She goes, let you get away with a little shit, but that is not happening. You know, my mum's like my main piece. You know, she's always supported me, always done everything, looked after me. Like, okay, you say so. Like, if there's one thing, that's it.
Very cool. I think it is an important thing, and I think it's funny how people do establish it. You know, it's like it doesn't stand out, but if you know somebody wears a helmet once, it all of a sudden becomes like something that catches your eye. You know,
I think it's the like taking it off and putting it back on thing.
yeah, why you choose for certain clips. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I don't know, when I've had worse crashes, it's just like riding down the street and you're like looking that way and you slip a hand and crash in the gutter.
yeah,
When you're more on, it's less likely to happen. But
Yeah.
also, that's when you're going to hit harder too. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you pretty
think- I
much
think
just like
we're-
get out of the car, grab your bike, and you put it on.
It's so much
like,
easier than clipping it to the bag. I just put it on right around the school, and then I see someone, just drop the bag. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there. I don't even think about it. I guess people probably do, but it's just,
No, I don't think so.
Do you ever drive in your car with it on?
it's happened.
Yeah.
Actually, in the no more bets thing, the last clip, the gap to overpegs,
Yeah.
I was like kind of scared to do it, and it was like it's a pretty like you got to walk up, you got to go inside the shopping center and get the speed out of it.
Oh wow.
And we went and spot checked it, and I was like, yeah, I think I can do it. But there's a school around the corner, and the clip is in there as well. I switch hanger this. Whatever round. I
It's like
switch-
on a pathway, maybe.
No, I switch hanger around, and then I like flip over and like land backwards into this bush.
Right.
But basically, that got me like G'd up, and it's a minute up the road, and I might have worn my helmet in the car, or we talked about it. Like you saying that just then, just like sparked a little memory. Like it was like just I'm like, let's go to the overpegs, let's go.
It's sick.
But yeah.
Sorry, it's always hard. It's always hard to pick the banger when it's like a 9-minute video part. I'm like, do I?
Even the gap to hang you did now. And
Yeah,
That, like,
yeah.
what the hell, dude? Like, that's crazy.
Oh, we rode that, got busted. I tried to go back because I wanted more. Got busted again. Ended up just with so many occurrences. They're like, yeah, like they're on me, and I promise them I'm gonna paint the spot. Like I
Yeah.
promise you,
So
like
sick.
give me 5 more minutes, I'll paint the spot. Didn't get what I wanted. Went back Monday, painted the spot. Bullshit. But yeah, basically have to roll. Actually, another thing, walking up the stairs to get this one, like spot check in the morning, come back. All right, let's do it. All G'd up, walking up the stairs, $5 note on the stairs. I was like, this is good. This is good. Give it to Biggie. I was like, I'll hold this. Went in there, opened up the doors, and just laced it into the street. Thanks for coming.
That's crazy.
Paid $5, got a banger.
No mucking about, just straight to it.
It was seriously, the security door is on the right there.
Yeah.
He's there. So you go in, pedal out, bomb it into a 2-laner, like busy street. Had the boys watching the traffic, like Raph and that. Just, I think Raph had a high vis watching the street.
Oh shit!
It's been on the cards for a while. It's like it's just a hard spot to hit. That's like it kind of added to it to be the ender, I guess.
That's sick.
Cool to hear the story.
It's heavy too. Obviously,
Yeah.
like the story adds for sure, but
Yeah.
like it is fucking. But I mean, there's so many clips where it's like I feel like they could be the ender.
And
Yeah.
you know.
Josh Newman, my good mate, the one with the bus, he was holding the little like fire escape door, and he goes, dude, the one that you did, like, because I had 2 runs or whatever, like working it out, my bar end clipped the door handle and made like this loud noise, but I
Didn't
just was going.
Yeah.
He goes, I can't believe, I thought you were going to stop. I think he was filming it, and he went like that, you know. He's like, I thought you were going to stop.
Did you know?
Nah, I might have happened, but I was like, I still got speed.
Yeah.
I didn't crash. I was like, it's
Were you
on.
thinking about it?
Fully committed. Like, you know, you can just
Yeah.
blast through some things. I guess that happened.
Cool.
On the crazy shit, you're like committed before
Oh,
the loop
yeah,
round. It's
yeah.
like, all right, whoop.
Try to stop me, mate.
Yeah.
Try to stop me.
The only other topic that I had on my head was X-Games Ventura Street. I think you got second behind Kevin, and
Oh,
you were
yeah.
part of the park contingent at the street course. That it was that era, you know, or
Yeah.
that response I felt was like,
That X Games.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was, you know, I mean, I don't know. Have you ever talked with Johnny about it? Because I feel like Johnny would be on that camp of like being like, oh, it's a street event, and it's like there's a quarter pipe, and you guys are doing quarter pipe tricks or something.
There was 2. There was the one straight after Japan, and then I got second, and that was when Kevin did the flare and won,
Yeah,
and then Rick Henny was talking shit on the ground.
yeah. The Ventura one is the
Yeah.
one that I'm thinking of. Was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
more the
But then there was 2. The second one was when I rode Park End Street. The first
Okay.
one I only rode street.
Okay.
But yeah, talking shit, whatever. He's just jealous that he's dust now, Rick Henny,
Oh, Rick
whatever.
Henny, yeah.
But yeah, Johnny, fair play, mate. He was ripping.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's 2 different ways to look at it, you know. He went upside down and floated long. Johnny's doing his hard tricks, but a lot slower and might not be more impressive to the people. I don't know. It's the way you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I just went out there and did what I thought was cool to me, and I don't know. I enjoy the bigger shit. So, and at those X Games, there was options for that. The courses sometimes are a little bit smaller these days, and have been in the past. You know, it caters for everybody. It just comes around in waves.
Yeah. I think
Normally it caters for like plazas since they were in Staples Center and they were sick as fuck. So it's like my stance on it is like how you kind of talk shit, because normally it's always catered to like very small little jibby things, which is cool. And then all of a sudden it's like a big course, and we've talked about it a million times.
Yeah,
You got the dudes riding everything, and then people get pissed about it. It's like, it's a fucking different course.
I
Like, who
remember
rode the
being-
course the sickest? Who gives a fuck? Like, come on, move to the next one. The next one's gonna be a shitty plaza, and then you don't got any more wall rides. So
I remember being so grateful that there was that wall ride that helped me get gold.
Yeah.
Showing the next one, and they made this multi-level schoolyard, and I was like, and there was a
that one I was
there was a
legitimately
roof-
pissed not to be right. I was like,
There was
dude,
a
they
roof
fucking
to
built a
ledge and a
double
roof to rail,
the
and I'm just like,
sickest course ever.
I've just primed, like I've come in
Yeah.
and it is ready for, like, this is all working.
Yeah.
And then
No,
got
that was-
first, and then I got second. I was like, dude, life is fucking complete.
Because
This is
legit, the
sick.
Japan course was pretty decent, but without
Yeah.
the wall ride, it would have been hard.
No
and then
way.
the next one,
That was
like,
it.
Without
next
the
one, they're like,
accidental
Boyd
obstacle.
There
course.
was no
Yeah.
way. That would just lined up. The second one was like, all right, sick. This is, everyone can ride big features. This is sick. Got second. I was like, dude, best year ever. Like, so sick. Put
That
me on
course
the
was
map.
good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Come around to the next one. Plazas.
Dog shit.
Okay. All right, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Not dog shit. It
Ride
just caters
busy.
to.
Let's go.
Yeah, just caters
It wasn't good.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
It was-
I've
nobody
always
liked
been.
it.
I've
Yeah.
always been a hater on the tiny plazas for calling them street courses, because that's not fucking street.
No.
Street can be everything. Street. You look at street. It's like
One
dude,
small rail, one medium rail, one big rail.
bit-
Not all
exactly,
small rails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. So all the street riders
In
can
Oz,
play.
you're never going to find a straight rail that looks like that.
Yeah.
You find them over here, but in Oz, they're hip
Eh,
high.
you can't
bar
find them.
high,
You got to go
they're
to
gonna
Japan to find shit like that.
They do have that.
They do,
have
yeah.
that.
And they're aluminum.
Yeah.
And nothing against
Still
it. That shit's
backable.
sick. But it's like, no one ever hates when it's that style. You know, as far
Yeah.
as the haters yelling on the Instagram. It's like,
Yeah, it goes everywhere. Like,
Yeah, I
Same
think it's
with
one.
a park.
It's one of those things where it's like a don't hate the player, hate the game. You know, don't hate
Yeah.
the rider, hate the course, hate the event. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not your fault you rode that course better because it catered
I didn't
to
give
your
me
certain
second.
things. or
I didn't
something.
give Kevin
exactly.
first.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
always
shut
one of
up,
those things.
like,
But
Don't
It-
at me at X Games.
It's such
Whatever.
a subjective thing, I feel. Like, if you look at it, like, from an artist standpoint, if you look at a painting to hang in your home, like, one person will hang this one, someone else will hang that one, and it's kind of like
Literally.
a judge point. Like, Boyd's riding was fucking insane. Like, what you did was crazy. You look at what Alex Donacci did. He didn't jump off a roof onto a
yes,
ski
Alex
ledge.
is
Yeah.
killing
Like,
that
something
course.
else, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, he did something...
that was
completely
Alex.
different.
Alex, it's funny you bring because Alex
Alex's
was
run was,
dejected after that. He was like pretty bummed because he did
Alex's run was
actually
crazy.
kill it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's just the way you look at it and the way the judges looked at that one. Like, sure, like, you can understand why they chose this and that. Like, they both killed it just as hard in the way they ride. It's just two different ways of riding.
Yeah.
I think that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just the one had, like, a more burly, like, high risk factor. Like, where you, like, if you fall off that, you're getting absolutely destroyed, you know? You're going to hurt yourself bad. Whereas what he did, like, you're not going to hurt yourself. Like, you know? But the fact that he even pulled it off in a run, like, it's way harder.
The skill to
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the real thing is like that's like one of the only street events where there's real money and it's really judged well and it's professionally done. But like when there's a series going, like the Do Tour or the Pro Cups, it's like they're all fucking. You could bitch about every one, but then as judging standpoint, but there's another one the next month, so it's just like who cares?
Yeah.
Keep moving. It's like the X Games thing.
Yeah.
People get behind and get passionate about because there's not another one till the next year.
and
But Pro
they-
Cups, you could dissect every one and be like, what the fuck? But who cares? There's one next month we're all going to.
And
So
it's
it's a
because
rip on over
it's
here
true,
and then
yeah.
fucking who cares?
It's because they care too.
It's because
they're
you care,
watching
and that's
it and they're
great.
like, I believe this.
Yes, and that's
you got to
awesome.
remember that option always. Like
Exactly.
they're only firing shots and because they care.
But if there was like a street Vans Pro Cup style thing where there was a sick different street course every month, you wouldn't hear this as much because it'd be more
Yeah, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Boyd won this time, Garrett won this time, Alex D won the next one, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
keep moving. Murray won this one. More people can get invited.
Garrett
That's the
wins them
problem.
all.
Garrett would win 90%.
Yeah.
90%, yeah.
The only other topic I had was Dovey. Dovey, you guys kind of you said you referenced him as being like he showed up kind of wearing, like riding your bike. So you had an influence
Yeah.
on him. But like, did you guys like kind of grow up together in that sense?
Not really. Like he was from within like an hour and a half, 2 hours
Okay.
from where I live. But like me and Jason were riding together, and his dad's super cool, and his mum as well. But like, just always bring him to session, just like always about, and he just grew from that like young goofy kid that didn't really care about doing tricks, just wanted to roast. He could always just air super high. Like damn, this kid's sick.
How old was he the first time?
Oh man, from like 11 or something.
11,
like 12.
yeah.
Like he was tiny, mate. Like,
Yeah.
16-inch. I
Could
don't
still
know how old. I don't know
how high could he air at 11?
Like head high. Like, you know what I
His
mean?
head or yours?
Both.
Yeah, you guys are about the
was getting
same
better.
size. He's a tall dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was, dude. He was just getting so good, and the whole time we're always like, yeah, this kid's so sick, so sick, so sick. Now he's just the man.
Yeah.
Like flying way higher than anyone, folding that bike around his shoulder, legs this way. But then you go like, oh, do a flare bar, done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Double whips.
Double whip that.
Yeah. Double flip.
Double flips.
Double flip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, he's got it all. He's the package.
Yeah.
And he's got his own steez. Like you watch that guy, it's like no one's riding like him. Like he's
Yeah.
doing it his own way. It's so sick.
It's kind of the same argument for Park, honestly, because it's like, why are you going to invite him and then he kills the course and you get seventh or something?
Exactly.
Like, that?
But
well,
no one
don't
bitches
invite.
about that.
Fucking don't. I mean, I bitched. Like, I was like, just don't fucking
invite
invite him.
Invite him.
Like,
because
invite
give
him,
them
but
the
like, then
experience.
give him the credit. Give him the credit that he deserves. You know, like.
and
Well,
that.
When you
But-
look at what it really is, it's like the top 3 guys are getting paid and everybody else is the same pay. So it's just a giant demo, basically. So it's like, it's nice to represent a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
8th
Yeah.
place.
Shout out
in-
to X Games for sponsoring the podcast.
Shout it out. No, that's what it is. Because that's sick. You want a little bit of everything. You want the fucking 8th place
hours in,
guy,
right.
you know, and the just that whole group of people is just to put on a sick show and make BMX look cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And
that's
he
people
makes
need to
it
remember.
look-
That's why you. That's
He
what it's
does,
about.
yeah. He
Makes
just,
it the best.
I want to see him shine too. You know, like it is.
You
so
wanna see him on
unique.
the podium.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
like
gonna
when
be
he when
getting
when
on the
qu-
podium at a Park X Games
is fucking difficult.
always
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
difficult. Like
Yeah.
that's the Park X Games podium thing. Street X BMX podium X Games. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
The course has to be perfect for you, and you have to be on it. Like,
Yeah.
and there's another 100 guys that are right there ready to go.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up. I finally got into X Games Park, and it was the Ventura the second time I went.
Yeah.
And I rode street and park. Road park was windy hours, but I'm like, bang, I'm versing these guys, and they're going nuts. I was like, all right, I'm bringing everything. I was like, haven't done a truck down with them in ages. I was like, no, it has to be in the run. First trick. 3 runs, first 2 runs, crash the truck down with. Just
Oh, yeah.
Not down the lander. Not
baller.
down the lander. I'm like, damn it. Last run, I'm like, I'm going to have to just like pass on it. Whatever. Did a flip bar. Did a bar where I whip, come around, went to just like feeble across the channel, miss a peg. I was like, cool. Dead last. Like,
It's
didn't
sick,
even,
though.
I landed 3 tricks.
But
3
you,
runs.
But you're
Like,
fucking smiling, laughing, having a good time, and to put on this show of like that's like a real like just dude, you know, like
Yeah.
watching it from TV. It's like even though you fucked up, it was like a part of the show. That's what people forget. It's a fucking show,
Yeah.
and it's a good show for everyone at home. Like that.
Yeah.
I was watching
Yeah.
all that shit at home, and I was
and
like,
we all know you can do it as well.
exactly.
And sometimes I think the park riders, they put too much on themselves. You know? They just always like crack the shits after it and like, oh, this, that. It's like, mate, just remember there's only one person that can win. Do your best. Whatever you get, you know? And you just push on, do the next one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
really, that's how I think about it, and that's
Yeah.
how you,
Good advice.
it's the best way about it, I think.
It is funny in the sense of like, I feel like there's not many people that probably have like our Willie's and like Lacey's phone number. You know, like in their like.
Does that
their-
something to do with it, I guess?
That
Well,
was
like in
like-
a sense, because I feel like I think of our Willie, he puts so much pressure on himself.
Yeah.
Like he literally, you know, I remember the one year it was like, they're like, nobody has won more than 3 golds at an X Games, and he had won 2 at the time, and he was like, why did they tell me that? And he's like, oh my God. And he was like freaking out about it. And I'm like, dude, just chill. Like, you won 2 fucking golds, like already. Like, don't even worry about the other events. You're fucking bodied, you know, like your body is wrecked. And it's just like he puts so much, but that's why he's so good. That is the reason why he's
'Cause
so
he
good.
cares.
Because he wants to he's a competitor through and through, but it's wild, you know?
It
like-
probably is the same because they only get 2, maybe 3 X Games a year where I'm like, there's a Sim Session, Battle of Hastings, Street.
That's it.
Events,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Next one.
That's
Next one.
it.
But they got only certain times to prove, or like multi
they
triples,
shine.
you know what I mean? There's only
Yeah.
like 6 events.
Yeah.
I
We didn't
guess.
talk about that. Like, not
Triples.
that there's that much to it, but
Just showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go. I can jump some jumps. I'm keen.
is there like, I guess, I don't know, the difference between, you know, the going from a federal trip to being on the deck with like all the X Games Park dudes is definitely a different.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know. There's not many people that bridge that, I guess. Like, because even Paraz,
It's Dennis and Boyd. Like, who else is there?
But I mean, Dennis isn't really competing all that much anymore. Peraza, I wouldn't say he's never like where
He's
Peraza
not
can
foaming.
do everything. He's
can.
definitely Boyd is more street than
He's more
than
cold.
Kevin. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so there's only
Sure.
really one. I feel like
Yeah, once I mean,
it's pretty much just Boyd for that. Like
Yeah.
I think
Trying to keep busy.
Yeah.
I guess, but I feel like it's the same thing.
unicorn status, I guess.
I'm up on the roller and I'm being cheeky, like
Yeah.
trying to make it fun because I'm kind of nervous, you know?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
the same like when I'm in the street, like kind of talking shit because I'm kind of nervous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of
Are
brush
they
it
all?
off in
I don't know.
that way.
Are we all the same when it boils down? Does Ryan Williams have something in common with Dan Lacey?
Nah. different banners for sure. I didn't even know how to answer that.
Way better answer than I was looking for.
knew he wasn't gonna be able to bullshit his way out of that one.
Yeah,
Nope,
there's-
not a fucking thing.
There's no right answer.
They're in the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
queen,
they're
the
in the
queen on their money.
but they're both good dudes. I like hanging out with.
They're both
of
good
them.
dudes. There we
You
go.
know what I
That's
mean?
common.
You
There we
can,
go. We found
like,
one.
Can vibe, but it's two different things. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Is our
two
real-
different goals, and I just happen to be.
I picture our
signed
really
by both of
chilling,
them.
smoking spliffs, riding ledges, like on his downtime.
Honestly, he did a back hook in New Zealand.
He did.
He did.
Yeah,
Lacey doesn't do
That's
back
it.
crooks. Not in common.
champed him.
Lacey probably can definitely.
He's
You're gonna
definitely
do one
back
tomorrow
hook,
now.
Yeah.
I just never seen him do one. I don't think.
Watch
He
this-
does straight,
Watch
gnar
this
backwards
story,
grinds.
incoming Lacey back hook. But
He does the real deal
it's just
backwards
BMX in my eyes. I just like riding everything. It's fun, and once this monster budget come into my life, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna just do everything.
Yeah.
Like I've always just wanted to just do everything and try every event, see what I can get into, have fun, film. That's it, mate. Like I don't really know.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It definitely shows. I mean, your pivotal moment is just going as second alternate. You know,
Yeah.
like that is like
Have
that.
a crack.
Yeah, exactly.
crack.
That mentality of like just giving it a shot is that reigns true. You know, like through life in a lot of ways. So shout out to you. I think I am out of questions. Is there what's up? So there's a video part on the way. Monster one.
Monster Pie with Rich incoming. I guess 2 months maybe.
2 months. All right.
Maybe less.
Anything else in the works? Where
His
do you?
Vans Palm Springs video. He's stacked
Yeah.
for that. That'll be out
Odyssey,
probably right
Odyssey
after
40
that.
year
Odyssey
video.
Vans.
That's
Odyssey,
coming, got
Odyssey
puts in
40
that.
year. You're stacking
But
for
yeah,
that.
other than that, I'm cleaned out. Start filming again. In between events, I got the X-Games coming up. Battle of
Where'd you
Hastings end of the year. Like
Game of bike, biggest event ever.
game of bike. Good shit to do, man.
Your rooms are coming
Free
out.
tickets if you.
Rooms are out.
Oh yeah, rims are incoming.
Yeah.
Fresh Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Odyssey
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
White
hyped
boys.
on that. Like,
Yeah, they
They
look
were
cool.
looking
They look
swaggy
really
on
cool.
the trip with those rims and
Are they gold?
not allowed to say the other stuff that we
They're like
mentioned.
they're like caramel, brown,
Camel brown.
coffee.
And
They're somewhere there. We didn't really know what to call it, but they turned out sick.
They were looking good in the sandstorms.
Yeah, they're fitting right in.
Very cool. Are you coming to BMX Day this year?
No.
Fuck. Neither is Dennis. Neither is.
Well, this
Murray.
is my second time to America.
Don't worry,
this year.
thousands of people will be there. It's gonna be good.
This is
Don't need us. Murray's gonna be there. Me and Boyd can't make it.
Yeah, I can't make it either.
You came to one of them, right?
Murray gets the
I've
Palm
been.
Springs.
Yeah,
like-
I got
yeah.
a ring. I got
Oh,
a
the
ring
Street
back in
Series
the day.
one back in the day. Yeah, before. Yeah, that
and
was
then,
cool.
yes, I did come to another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've already been to America twice this year, and I'm coming again next month, so that might be in the quota. For the
Yeah,
year.
that's crazy. 3 months.
Japan. Yeah.
Doing world trips.
Both these
Couple
guys, they
times
go
a
a long
year.
time to travel. Murray and Palm Springs. He's like, the flight wasn't too bad. It was how many hours? It was a nice, easy flight.
This was the quickest trip I've ever had out here. It was 23 and something hours in
Not
total.
bad. Easy
It was,
cruising.
it was a
23
15 and a
hours.
half hour straight flight.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and then I got another flight. But usually I have to go all the way to Europe and then back down. So it's like up and then down.
My God.
Yeah. So
South
Far,
Africa-
far
South
corners of the world, man.
South
Sometimes
Africa's
sad.
further than Australia from shit, it sounds like, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but if he
that's-
goes to Europe, it's closer. For
Yeah.
me, to Europe is gnarly.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's true.
There's pockets. There's pockets where it's like really hard to get to.
Shit. I guess everywhere has their pockets.
Exactly.
You guys, everywhere is a pocket.
Yeah. Long shots.
Well,
But yeah.
thank you.
Thanks
What
for
do we
having
What
me.
do we do?
Get some Mexican food.
2.5.
You're the fucking man, Boyd.
Eat.
Fuck yeah,
Cheers.
Murray.
Glad we made it happen.
Boop.
Awesome.
Good to see you again, Murray.
Yeah.
Thank
Keep
you
it
to
going.
Albert.
Albert's over in the corners over here. Albert Mercado, what
Box,
up?
Wait.
boxbomb.com.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Last words.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd.
Cheers, lads.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening. Love you. Peace.
This screenshot that's been up here for like 45 minutes has been great.
Look at that little tongue.
Yeah.
I was looking at it.
That's cheeky as fuck. I need
Cool.
this.
That was great.
Oh yeah.